Sometimes you just go live, and that's what happens.
Sometimes you do. So, my God, we're back again.
How you doing?
Oh, mate, I am awesome. We are Legion, and we are back.
The best part of waking up is Legion in your cup. Wait, no. Coffee. Lots of copious amounts of coffee.
Is that full when you start the show?
Yes.
Is it empty by the time you finish the show, or like halfway?
Sometimes. I'll tell you, yesterday was one of those days where I started I had a normal work day, so I started my day at 6 a.m. My awake behind the computer time, clocked in time. And at almost halfway through my 7 o'clock meeting with my team, I was like, oh shit, I just poured my last cup of coffee. And I was like, damn, I drank 6 cups of coffee in 90 minutes. That was a sad day. I had to go make more coffee.
All of a sudden, Rob's all.
No,
Let's talk
I'm
about
just
slabs.
even steady, buddy. I was nodding off in a meeting. Today,
what's been going on in the world of Rob?
Lots of packing. Lots of everything is actually, I shouldn't say everything. This is Mark can't even log into his own stuff. His service is too weak.
Mate, I feel so sorry for that guy. This would be doing my head in.
Most everything is packed, right? So I have a table of stuff that people who aren't packed, and most of it is like, Mad Spidey and Dave and Zars and Dr. Von Hoot and stuff. So these international guys that have stuff coming from other folks as well that they bought from that are shipping stuff to me that because they don't know or don't want to ship directly. So I have to consolidate stuff. So that's supposed to be left open. But all the domestic stuff, I think all the Canadian stuff is now all packed up. So a few of the UK pieces, your piece might be. Oh, sure. Anyways, it's like I'm starting to. I was to the point now where everything's packed for the most part, 98% packed, and I started printing labels last night. Because that's not an easy process either. So what there is like give you some insight, right? How you doing, Durs? Happy to have you here. Let's see here. If I make myself big, yes, percent. So I get the printout like this, right? People's orders.
Yeah.
And so then I get a group. I had to consolidate all the orders from all the different stuff that's here, put them together to make these pages of pick lists. Then as I go, I'm packaging them. I have to log what kind of packaging it is, the dimensions of the box, the weight of the box, so that way I have all that information, right? Then I have to take this hard copy information and do data entry into a spreadsheet on the in the system, in the computer rather, so that way I can then take that, separate it into separate files by packaging type. So all the padded envelopes have to go on their own file. All the boxes, plain boxes, of their own, etc. That way I can then upload those in bulk into the software or the pirate ship, so that way it can then bulk create these packages for me, which is a huge, even though it's a pain separating these things out, it's a huge time saver than entering everybody's address data one at a time.
Yeah.
So super, super cool. I can go ahead and get that bulk creation and go. But then, of course, there was a problem where last night I started to do, so I'm just going to do the padded envelopes first. And I don't need to be big anymore. The padded envelopes, I have primarily 3 sizes that I'm shipping. Well, the biggest size is a 19-inch by 15-inch padded envelope. And apparently Postal Service doesn't like that size. Anything over 18 inches, which to make it easy for you, that's a foot and a half. Sorry.
That clears
So
it up. That
it's
clears it up.
it's about 40 centimeters roughly, and at least in length. So that is, they don't accept an envelope that big as an envelope. You have to enter it as a package, as a parcel. So it means now you have, even though it's an envelope and it's only like, this thick, you have to give it a thickness as well, which increases the cost a little bit. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, it got rejected. Those packages got rejected, and I go back. Then there's reconciliation. Oh, I got these ones that didn't show up. Why? Oh, because somehow I missed those. So none of this, and I'm still dealing with people that I don't know. I have a couple items that I have picked and packaged based off of when they bought things at the auction, the name that they bought things under, but I have yet to be able to reconcile. When I go looking at that date for that purchase amount, there's either nobody or there's too many people that I don't know. I can't say for certainty who it is, because people also bought on that day at roughly that time from other shows. And so I'm on the, if anybody out there is listening and knows, I'm looking for Wicked Prune and Ricky Camacho. Those are the two, I think, right now that are the really the remaining ones. I don't know who these people are. They bought some items, and I want to get them out to them. If you are them or you know them, let me know.
Is it worth posting that on your Comics Curing Cancer socials?
At one point, once I get done with getting the bulk stuff out here, that will be probably the next step. Is to say, hey, contact us to confirm your information, and I have information that I can at least go, oh, okay, this is who you are, type thing. And then I still have some books I need to get around to posting on Nerdcrawler, some art that didn't sell. Let's see, have you tried making a YouTube post and tagging them in it?
In the community section.
Yeah, no, I haven't done that yet either. That's one of them. I can't even find that YouTube name, so I don't know if it was entered correctly. So,
wow, what a pain in the ass! Plus, who knows if you've got other people that just say that they're that person as well.
Well, that's why you have to give minimal information and say, and then ask them for information. So, in theory, if they've paid, I have all their address on the file. I just don't know who they are, and so once they give me their address, I can validate who, that okay, that's a person who at least paid, or somebody knows an address of somebody who paid that I don't have a reference for. So
are they expensive items that these two people have bought?
One of them, no. One of them, not. It depends upon what's expensive to you. I mean, it's like $100 is the high end item. The other one was like $30 or something. So it's not like I've got $1,000 item sitting here that I don't know who to send it to, but let's see. I'm gonna go backwards up the chat here because I said hi with Legions hanging out there. Half a yard, then got it. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Wellbore's got it.
3 kangaroos.
No. Hello, Paul Morales. Stephen C., good morning. Dave, sorry if I've been a little PETA. Pain in the ass? Is that what that's supposed to be?
Sorry if I've been a does it mean like the bread?
Well, no, I think he means it's an abbreviation for pain in the ass, but I don't know why Dave would be a pain in the ass.
I think he's a pain in the ass because he's putting out such good content and we're jealous.
Oh. I thought maybe he forgot to spit on it and just said, oh, hey, baby. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, pain in the ass. All right. Well, I don't know. Not to me, anyways. I don't know. Unless you're the person who's been calling me every day on my phone, and that I keep hitting Google assistant to talk to, and then that person hangs up when they get the assistant instead of me.
Dude,
Then you're
that's
not
me.
Oh,
It
good.
freaks me out when you put that Google thing on. I just want to talk to you. You know, sometimes I want a little one-on-one Rob time away from the cameras.
Yeah, well, then maybe you shouldn't call from an anonymous number.
I'm an anonymous person sometimes when I'm not.
No,
when
you're
I'm not.
you're an omnibus person, not an not an anonymous person. I can't even speak this morning. How drunk am I? Not drunk enough. It's like this guy who comes in vertical in a horizontal world.
This is the
I'm
first time I'm on screen with DJ, I think.
I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut. What's up, bro?
How are you, brother?
What's up, guys? I'm here, New York Comic Con. Well, I guess I should flip the camera around.
That's what. It's still gonna be vertical in a horizontal world.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking you meant as well.
I'm on my phone, Rob. I'm not gonna change my whole style just for you, dog.
Oh, I didn't know. Maybe you knew how to rotate your phone 90 degrees.
I don't want to. It's easier just to hold it this way.
Okay, vlogs.
Holy shit. Yo, when are you sending out those packages, dog?
Yeah, they're starting to ship. I'm gonna hopefully get them to the post office on Saturday.
Nice. I'm here bright and early.
Have you got a table or something?
So I was contracted by Capture Collectibles and Capnom to record. So contracted as a videographer.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So if I were to walk like this way, the signal will cut out.
Nice. So how many cameras did you bring?
Yo, it's funny because last year I brought the whole shebang, right? So when people contract you for these things, they just want to see stuff. Like you could do the same shit on the phone, but they just want to see stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So last year I brought everything. Yesterday I brought 2 cameras. Well, 3 cameras. So I brought like my main professional camera, my secondary professional camera, and then I just had a GoPro 360 just to get footage around. And then today I left all that shit home. I was just like the one camera, the tripod, and then the rolly wheels on the tripod because the whole rig, it gets pretty heavy. It gets up to 30 pounds, and like carrying it from destination to destination is like my arms hurt, dog. Like yesterday was a bear. And these are long ass days. So I'm here at 7:30 and I'll be out the door at 5. So these are pretty long days, man.
Well, you, sir, are a trooper.
Yeah, I do what I gotta do, dog. I do what I gotta do.
I hear a lot of see a lot of people getting all excited over some absolute Batman books and some foil shit.
Yeah, so the Absolute Batman stuff is moving like crazy here. The Absolute Batman Akira homage, it's like that was sold out day one. So I was here on preview night, so I was able to get like almost all the good stuff. So one of those Batman Akira homages will go into the links box for October.
You gonna finally let me win once?
I mean, sure.
Cool.
We don't let people win. You have to win. It's the luck of the draw, sir.
Damn it.
So then I got a bunch of other stuff. So I
hate fake pieces.
I think I bought, no lie, probably like 30 to 40 exclusives.
Nice.
And with, all of them, well, the vast majority of them will be going up for auction on C3 on, so I'm doing a Whatnot stream on Wednesday, the 23rd. And everything will be on there with the proceeds going to C3 after I recoup my money, of course.
Right. The profits. All the profits.
DJ,
yeah.
All the profits.
How much did Rupert end up selling for?
Rupert is priceless, dog. Priceless. He's actually right here. No, I'm just kidding. No, Rupert is my guy. So this con is nothing like. I wish I was at Heroes Con, where it's just like so cool, and you could just walk the aisles and.
Right.
This is
different vibe. Very different vibe.
Super different vibe. Like my biggest critique about this is the heavy anime influence. Like it's just anime everywhere. It's sponsored by Crunchyroll, which is an animation company or whatever.
Right.
And to not have a comic book character on the badge itself. So this is my badge. I had to throw a sticker on it because I was just like, I'm not looking at freaking One Punch Man. So.
Wow. You got
let's make Rob happy. Hold on.
Hey, oh, hey, look at you, like a grown boy now.
All right, go fuck yourself.
Oh fuck. He's back to being a teenage girl.
You make me.
The
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think that the big thing I get from this con this go around, it seems to be it's the con of foil.
A lot of foil, dog.
Oh my god. Foil this, spot foil that. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Foil's really made a comeback in the last year and a half, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's like everybody forgot it what a gimmick it is. You know, it means holograms are right around the corner. It's gotta
Wow.
be. Hologram covers are gonna come back. Come on.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
The foil is such a gimmick, and it's just a way to upcharge, right? So you can. It's a couple of dollars more to print, but then you can upcharge $10 on it.
But the sad part is like it's almost all reprints. It's foil reprints. And so it's like there's no cost in they've already paid for the story. All they're doing is it's just printing costs. So they're reprinting a book. They've got a foil cover. So that's their entire cost is in that because everything else is paid for.
Yeah.
And so it's major buco profit. That's the crazy bit. And we're all going gaga over at least one of them. Everybody's got at least one that they go like, oh my god! I watched the other day. I was like, oh, saw one of those gold foil Ultimate Spider-Man #1s, and I was like, oh, that's pretty sexy. But
Yeah.
Gold foil Ultimate Spider-Man. I haven't seen that one.
yeah, it's part of these packs or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what? You know which one never took off? Do you remember back in the Clone Saga days, Rob? They had on. I think
I
it
try
was.
not to.
Robin's
I think
triggered.
no,
Robin's
it was.
triggered.
It was before Maximum Cloning.
Oh, okay. Clone Saga. Got it. I'm hip.
It's safe to talk about. I think it was on 2 issues. I don't know if it was on any more, but they had the disc that was like a hologram. You'd have to spin your comic.
Okay, yeah. There was like one on one of the
That would show like a pose of Peter Parker.
Yeah, one of them was like on like was it? No, I think there was a wet. Was it a web?
One of them
or
was
a
Web of
spec?
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
With Peter and Gwen Stacy. The other one was Spectacular with a Green Goblin on it. And they're the only 2 I can remember.
yeah. I remember that.
Hey, the lights came on.
Oh, watch out! I was just interested in one exclusive that's not foil, but that's with some stupid mystery packs. Yeah. Those
So I know
Marvel
the
mystery packs or whatever. It's like
I know the booth that Roscoe was talking about. It was like some random exclusives. So they have like just random exclusives, like the Willy stuff, being that it's like public domain. So then I go to look at those exclusives, and they're on the wall, and the guy's just like, oh, first of all, he's like, oh, you're a YouTuber, you're into the mystery boxes, right? So I'm like, yeah. And he was like, oh, good thing, because all these exclusives are available in these mystery packs. So I'm like, no, I'm interested in this one. And he's just like, oh no, like they're in the mystery packs. And I was just like, so why are you advertising them? And then on the thing, they have the individual pricing for them, but then it's in the mystery pack. So I'm just like, yeah, that literally makes no sense. Here's a sticker, and then
especially if you price them. I get it if you're on display. This is what you can get inside these things. Okay, but if you're going to sit there and put individual pricing for the book, but then not actually sell it, that's just like trying to say, oh, that's how much this book is worth, and that's like just making your own stuff up, right? It's like, Bo, I will sell you this napkin that I blew my nose into. It is worth $50, but I will sell it to you for $20.
Did you say nose or load?
Nose.
Oh, okay.
Little from column A, little from column B. What were those comics? I saw it just briefly on Izzyverse the other day. He was showing these covers at New York Comic Con with Schwarzenegger on it from like Predator and Commando.
Yeah, so that's at this booth that we're at. So the Nomos booth. So there's these books called Fame. So it's not just the covers. Inside, it's like their autobiographies. So they had, so Predator and Commando. It's the same book inside, and it's Arnold Schwarzenegger's biography. Then they have at this booth Tupac and Biggie, which were sold out yesterday. Those will go up on my whatnot as well. Covers done by David Sanchez. So those black and white pencil things. So he was showing me yesterday all the original art. So he brought all the OAs on the 11x17 Bristol board. Amazing. He literally does everything by mechanical pencil. So those Predator and Schwarzenegger's mechanical pencil, and the original art looks identical to the finished product.
Wow. So how much are those covers going for?
DJ doesn't want to tell you what he spent for them.
No, here at the
Well, no, I'm not asking what he paid for them. Just what they are for everybody.
He's got the OA Biggie above his bed now.
No, dude. Yeah, I had to walk away yesterday when he was showing me them. I had to walk away. They look amazing, the Biggie and the Tupac and the Arnold. I actually inquired about the Arnold before New York Comic Con. But
Yeah, I
the
like the
Biggie and
Arnolds.
because there's two. There's the regular version and then there's the foil, of course. So the regular was going for 30 and the foil was going for 40 at the booth.
Oh, it's okay. So about 40 or 50 for me then. I was curious.
Yeah,
I like it.
so-
Look, DJ actually looks very. Even though he's dressed down, but he looks smart. Like he looks kind of directorish. He just needs like a beret. Just get that
He
kid
needs
a
a
beret.
beret.
Yeah,
Where's my beret? And then I got my director's chair right here.
that's right. Get one of those big cones. Hey, now, quiet on the set.
Wow.
Marker.
Yeah. So today will
Video
be
to speed and
you know,
action.
yeah, it's funny. So Izzy's daughter was here, so I had her film Izzy and I doing something, and then I did that whole spiel. I was like, "Is sound speeding?" And she was like, "What?"
Get your video to speed. You have no idea. What do you mean video to speed?
Yeah.
you just have to wait for the tape to get up to speed before you can.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd be going like this.
I'm hoping to see CJ. CJ, hit me up, man, when you're here. Good morning. Yeah. So I've done the majority of my shopping. I want to say like 99% of my shopping. Today I'm gonna try to get the Liber Mayho Doctor Doom Virgin variant for Avengers Assemble #2. So I'm gonna try to get that. That's downstairs. So here, this is the main like exhibit area, and then there's a showroom upstairs, which I've never been to in my entire time that I'm here. I just found out that was upstairs, and all the panels are upstairs, all the cosplay, and this is a tremendous, enormous venue. So I'm gonna try to get that, and I'm gonna try to get that John Tyler Christopher Daredevil 14. The Spawn, the Peach Momoko, I'm not able to get that, and it's the booth that's literally right there. It's only going to be offered to attendees. So I have an exhibitor badge, so I wouldn't even be able to get online. And I'm assuming those are going to sell out within the hour.
Wow. I got the one book Izzy helped me out with the one book I wanted to get, and that was actually a book that probably I had no worries about, because even though there's only 100 copies that were being offered, the artist told me, he says, "Oh, what anything I don't sell, I'll be selling after the fact on this." Like, he wasn't even expecting to sell out of his 100, so it was like, it told me something right there. But I still was like, "Oh, Izzy, get it for me, man."
Yeah,
So
no, of course.
because it was a book, it was a Stephen Rue.
Mm-hmm.
Is Cocktails and Curves. So it's a book where it's like each page is a different cocktail with a pinup girl, classic pinup style girl next to it.
Yeah, I saw that downstairs in Artist Alley.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, I'd been watching him work on it for several months, so I was like, oh, I want one of those.
And that's your
I'm going to
style,
Google this.
pinup girl and all that stuff.
I'm going to Google this gold foil of Ultimate Spider-Man. I want to see what it looks like.
Well, apparently there's different color foils on it, but they're all part of like these Marvel packs or something. Where like every book inside these things are like different foils or something. I don't know. I don't.
Is it just for New York Comic Con?
No, I don't think so. I think
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just saw people with them or something. They were opening them up on Whatnot or something.
Yeah,
I hadn't gone on Whatnot in so damn long, but last night somebody put a link of Durs doing a Whatnot, so I went and looked, and next thing you know, I was there for a little bit watching.
Yeah, I was knocked out when Durs, like, I don't know if Durs slept, but like last night when I got home, I ate and I was just like knocked out. How does the Ultra Raw Terminator book look in hand, DJ? It looks amazing. Amazing. Let me see if I can show you what Mark is talking about on the board over here.
Let's go for a walk with DJ Lynx.
Hold up. How do you spin this around? Do I have to change the camera?
You spin me right round, baby, right round like a record, baby.
There you go. All right. So this is where I'm stationed at the majority of the day, but I get to walk around and film and do other things. So at Capture Collectables here, right? So sold out. These aren't sold out just yet.
Oh, you know what? Here, let me make you big.
Yeah, man, they're the Schwarzenegger ones I wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the menu. Jenny Frizen did that one. Zavala did that one. Who did this one? I think Lyrics. She was here yesterday. Super nice. Martin Simmons. So I met Martin Simmons here yesterday. Super cool cat. Ultra Roll did this boys as well, Mark. And these Puppeteer Thundercats, you get these for free when you come and literally just scan your badge. Well, the Virgin is for sale, but the trade dress is for free.
Oh, wow.
And that's the Terminator that Mark is talking about.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so
That's beautiful.
That's phenomenal. That'll probably be available on my whatnot. So then these are all Department of Truth covers. So they did like this curated collection. And it's all different Department of Truth covers, but every artist was at the booth yesterday signing them. Every single artist. John Jang was here yesterday. We broke bread. Yo, the funniest story about yesterday was Beyond Barons. So Beyond Barons there's a bunch of these, right? So there's like a set of 4. Oh, so that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, whatever. Anyway, so he was signing and somebody asked for a remark and he was just like, what do you want? And they was like, a red Power Ranger. Yo, and he got so pissed. Like he was like so disgusted by Power Rangers. And I just thought of Berg, like it was hilarious. Yo, and I got it all on film where he was just like, Power Ranger, I don't know what the hell is that. Like, why are you? And meanwhile, he's done Power Ranger covers.
Oh, this is so cool.
He wanted a remark of Red Power Ranger. You should have drawn like somebody like cheating on their taxes or something.
Wow. Yeah. So Clayton Crane is right next door.
Punching someone in a parking lot.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So Clayton Crane is right next door to us. I was filming him. Like,
did you tell him you keep Maddie on a leash then?
No, you know what's funny? And big shout out to Clayton Crane and April. So his wife, April, is super, super nice. And yesterday, I mean, I don't know who's watching this, but he's really reserved. And he generally doesn't talk while he's doing stuff. Yesterday, he was a chatty patty. Like, I was just like, oh, snap, Clayton Crane. Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's cool. The did you swing by see your boy Matt Wilson?
Yeah. So Matt and I spoke yesterday. Unfortunately, Matt had a death in his family recently, so that's why he's been offline. So he and I spoke yesterday and stuff, and you know, he has some ideas as far as something else regarding C3, and I was like, dude, like you have to take care of your stuff, like because he felt really disappointed that he didn't. You know, I told you that I was messaging him and he would see my stuff and really wasn't getting back to me. I thought he was actually mad at me for whatever.
Right.
And no, so he had a death in the family. So we kicked it yesterday for a little bit. I got to go over there and film him today and stuff. So I was able to chill with him, chill with Javon Jordan. Like I picked him up from the airport on Wednesday and then we hung out in the city all day, which was hilarious. It's funny, some of the stuff that we take for granted here in the city, like for example, he'd never ridden the subway, so he was like super excited to go on the train and stuff, it was just fucking hilarious. Yeah.
Does Crane have a second Terminator cover at the con? I saw a second on the cover gallery for issue 1.
I don't think he has. Let me just check, because I don't know if he had a Terminator, because I know he had a Ghost Rider exclusive. Oh, they don't have the menu out. Because usually they would have had the menu out. But his line was, the 2 biggest lines in the entire con was for the Comic Mint, for whatever reason, for their exclusive. That one, I guess because of their marketing or whatever, but that's the #1 line that you have to hit when you come in. And then Clayton Crane's line was super long. But he doesn't have the menus posted or anything like that. They put everything away. But I know Clayton had a Ghost Rider. He had a couple. He had 4. Like a Ghost Rider, like 2 Looney Tunes, and something else. But his line was ridiculous.
Yeah, I saw one of them like last night on somebody's whatnot. They were showing it off. But
Clayton Crane Looney Tunes.
It was like a Bugs Bunny Statue of Liberty or something.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. I feel like a kid in the candy store when I see any.
Frankenstein is a.
Yeah. No, but his line is insane.
Yeah, no, Legions says it knows his Frankenstein. That was like I seen that Frankenstein. It was pretty badass.
Yeah, the Frankenstein one was really cool. The Ghost Rider, I think, is like the best one that he had. I'm out. Yeah, but all his shit is put away. So the majority of stuff, like obviously if there's wall books and stuff, people put them away, but they usually leave out the menus and shit like that because security here is so tight. Like at some booths, they'll post a security guard at the booth and they can't leave until someone comes in and signs them out.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's security is like.
Is that because
super
there's a lot of theft?
That's because there's a lot of high end stuff there.
Yeah, it's just a lot of money in the room, man. A lot of money.
Okay.
Because you think some of those, like if I was one of these comic guys that's there, and some of those guys are bringing, you see a booth where they got multiple AF-15s and multiple,
Oh, really?
unless they're taking rolling vaults that they're putting that shit in and taking it with them when they leave the night, they're leaving that stuff there. They're going to pay for their own booth security guard.
Yeah,
sit there watching because it's worth it. Because if you have just one of those books walk away,
yeah,
it sucks.
yeah. Like for example,
Yeah,
yesterday early, Durs and I met like about this time yesterday, and then we walked over to the Alex Ross booth. He was gonna drop his bag off. They had a security guard stationed there, so she was just like to Durs, "Are you gonna sign me out?" And he's like, "No." She was like, "Damn it." So and his booth stays up all night with all the original art and everything on the walls. So him and Bill Sienkiewicz. So there's all OA all over the booth. Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's great. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to find something to eat before the festivities begin.
You go find yourself a taco.
Nah, negative on the taco. Negative
Beautiful
on the taco.
breakfast taco.
Nah, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to slum and eat a donut. Because like they only got garbage here.
Wow, that sucks. If only they had a breakfast taco, huh?
Nah. Gross, Rob. Gross. But anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to. I haven't even told the guys, but I don't think I'm gonna make it for an in the mix tonight. So,
Before you go, Mark's just asked what book at the Comic Mint was everyone after?
What books at the Comic Mint was everyone after? That line was really long, so I pulled my card and I was just like, "Hey, can you hold these books for me?" So I got to get them today. I'm after Matt Wilson's Frankenstein and Matt Wilson's Department of Truth. I think a lot of the people were after the Batman. I forgot the artist's name. Is like Simon something. The Batman with the glow in the dark logo. And then with the Comic Mint, every day, if you buy 2 books, you get a free exclusive that's just printed to be free. So yesterday, I think was like a Carnage one. Today is like a George Perez one. And you can only get it if you buy 2 books and then you get the free one. But other than that, I don't think the Comic Mint was hitting like they've done in years past.
I don't think the entire con was hitting like years past. From some of the exclusives that I saw these online ahead of time, I was like, oh yeah, well at least not to me. No, it didn't appeal to me. And I was like, oh, maybe that's because I'm not into some of like something is killing the children or Department of Truth and a lot of that stuff I don't care about. So it doesn't. I go, yeah, cool. See ya. Have fun.
Yeah, no, I could totally see that. There were some that were amazing. Like that
Izzy says he's on his way.
Oh no, I'm gonna hide. Don't tell Izzy I'm here.
Madam already told him.
Oh, damn it, madam.
It's the first thing she did before we brought her on stage was tell Izzy, oh, hey, DJ's here.
Wow. No, Izzy, I've been, hanging out with Izzy. Yesterday we hung out for a while in the morning and then in the nighttime the day before. Izzy's a cool cat, man. Izzy's a cool cat. Shout out to his daughter Phoenix as well. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll talk to you guys. I'll try to still pump out some content just to stay relevant.
You gotta make sure it's edited though.
Well, you didn't like my walkthrough?
You still gotta. No, I'm just saying you still got one more day of voting going on. You gotta secure that vote, man.
No, I mean it's an honor just being nominated. Even if I don't get the best editing award, we all know what's the scoop. We all know I'm untouchable. Like, I'm not even gonna be humble about that. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll talk to you guys. Peace.
Oh, good. It's too late. That booth is impossible to miss. There you go.
Madam.
Yes. What up?
Exactly. What up?
I'm here. Rob was kind enough to send me a link this morning, so I didn't have to cry all day.
It's true. One time I didn't send it to her early. She was like pinging me, and I'm not good at watching my Instagram messages like in real time, And then she's like, "Can I get it? Please, can I? God, I'm crying." And she had to get the link to somebody else. And I go, fuck, I'm sorry. I didn't see it. I don't pay attention.
Yeah.
Do you know how long it's taken me to get to be active on Instagram? I never really used it until I started promoting Aussieverse. I'm a Facebook guy, you know, and in the last 6 months now, I'm getting used to checking my messages on Instagram because there are some people that only use it.
Yeah,
I pretty much just use Instagram.
I
Yeah.
almost don't use Facebook much at all anymore.
Yeah. Actually, I just deleted my Facebook. Actually,
mine's there. I mean, my Facebook is on private to to somewhat. So it's like I'm more selective on who. I don't just accept everybody. You know, that wants to be friends and type stuff, and because I usually do stuff that's more personal stuff there because a lot of that's where my family stuff, all my family is, and that's mostly the only reason why I use it anymore. Is just keeping up with family. But
if I wasn't into comics, I don't think I'd have any use for Facebook.
Yeah, I don't go in. I'm about to like leave most of the groups I'm in there over there. Like I think the most you use it right now is really only because the West Coast chapter of the Comic Book Fiend Club, they use Facebook Messenger as like their main chat back and forth with everybody.
That's me too.
So that's like the most I use of Facebook is like that one chat group. And that's like it. That, and then occasionally my sister sends me some Star Wars video or something that she found or something. And I'm like, all right.
You message me on Facebook and I'll answer you 10 times faster than Instagram. I don't know why. It's just what I'm used to.
Yeah. I don't, I get all these messages for most of them are muted on Instagram and stuff for the most part anyways. But so it's like when I get it's all superfluous shit. So it's like when I got a real job that fucking pays me to do shit. And so during the working hours, that's my primary focus. And it's like,
damn, are you dissing the comic book world?
No, I'm not dissing it. I'm saying one costs me money, one makes me money, one allows me to do the other. So during the actual business hours, I tend to be focused on my business work. And I don't get this. I don't see as much stuff. And then of course, I end up going through like all these chats that people have had all throughout the day. And I'm like, I don't know if I have time to read all this stuff. Just clear it. It drives me crazy. Thank you, Mark. Yeah. Alex Ross, Black Creature from Black Lagoon post. I couldn't. We have our the Comic Book Fiend Club's got cover challenge this month, their Fiendtober stuff, and so today's challenge was creature features, and so I thought about initially my thought was to go through some of like my Where Creatures Dwell and stuff like that books because I've been doing a lot of 70s horror books this month for those stuff. It was like that Creatures from Black Lagoon though, that's just so damn good. I had to bust that out. Although I thought about doing one of the Frankenstein covers too, because that's pretty damn good too. It's hard to pass it up, but that Alex Ross one, we did sell that 99 one, like 99 copy that I donated out did very well for Comic Screen Cancer. I was very happy.
What else is coming up?
A little sad I didn't keep it, but what are you gonna do?
You're sad.
What else is coming up?
A little bit.
Don't be sad.
Not a lot sad.
Wow.
Just
Come on, you
not
can't
a lot.
take it with you.
No, part of it goes, yeah, well, did I still have a 99? But then you're like, like my original reason was like, do I really need a 99 or is a 98 just fine for my collection?
Do you want a 99 just to say you have a 99?
That would be about it.
Yeah.
So, which is why ultimately I gave it up for the auction, knowing that I could raise 3 times more money with that one book than I would with the 9.8 if I donated the 9.8 instead. So, and we did.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That's true.
Oh, sorry, Bo, you were starting to ask something.
Oh, I was just going to say what else is going on or coming up, like what is coming up in the future for you two on YouTube?
Oh, we'll talk about it in a second here, but is it really a 99? Well, it was a CGC 99. I had sent 2 copies into CGC. One came back in 98, one came in 99, and we've sold the 99 during the auction. So CGC said it was a 99. Aren't they for collectors? Aren't they all that matters, right?
That's God, right?
Exactly. Yeah, stuff. I just keep on. I'm doing the same old stuff, Bo. I got my 3 a week programming. Saturday, tomorrow we got Only Slabs. Toxophyllite 13 is my guest. You don't know him? Well, I didn't either, but I found him on Instagram, and I said, "Oh, you got a cool collection. Why don't you come on?" And he said yes. Well, there you go. That's what happens sometimes. And then with me will be my Beckerman will be my co-host, as Chris is not camera ready, and so yeah, there you go.
Yeah, fair enough. I won't be able to watch you live for the next 3 or 4 months, probably.
Now that it's at a later time than normal.
Yeah, I mean, I could just barely stay up till 4:30.
Oh, you couldn't. I thought maybe you might go to bed and
No, now
and
it's
just wake up.
5:30.
Right, but instead of staying up for it, you could just go to bed a little bit early and then wake up early, because you don't have to
That
wake up
is
at 5:30
true.
instead of 4:30.
That is true. But
Just
I
thought.
find it hard to go to bed early.
What time is your Only Slabs?
It's at 11:30 a.m. Pacific. So
I think I found it.
it's
I accidentally stumbled upon it.
yeah, it's right on
And
my
I was
channel.
On your channel.
Yeah,
And
that's right where it's at.
I
Right
was
at the
like,
top.
wow, look at Rob. I was like, look at him go. He's got a ton of people watching on Only Slabs. Like, good for you.
Yeah, it's a show's got has a lot of regulars, a lot of following. It's very good. I'm happy to see it how it's grown. So that's great. But yeah, you could take a vote. How about this? You could go to bed like at midnight, take a nap, get up, watch it, then afterwards go back to bed.
Well, I think I'm going to have to start doing that, because I only started getting into your show in like the last, I don't know, let's say 2 months, where I've actually started watching it a lot. And I think dropping out now is just like the worst timing, because
Right, you could win at any moment.
it's not a yeah, okay, true, but I legitimately enjoy the show. It's actually really cool.
What are you giving away on the show, Rob?
Comic
Yeah,
books.
what are you giving me, Rob?
Can you be more specific?
Well,
It depends where
I have a short box full of comics.
Okay, you did the
that
thing. Okay.
Yeah, we pull somebody get each. We had twice a show. They get 7 pulls, so they get 7 books, mystery pulls essentially from the box, and it ranges everything from some modern variants to Silver Age stuff, and a lot of keys, a lot of minor keys and stuff. Yeah, I give away books that make Chris upset, because Chris doesn't understand why the hell I'm giving away some of the books I give away. Yeah.
Oh, mate, you got me upset on the couple of weeks ago, I think it was, some of those Spider-Man covers. God damn. That version you had of that Venom, the classic skull one.
Oh yeah. It's actually an Avengers book, actually, though. But yeah.
Yeah. But I was psychically sending you a message saying just send it, like you did the chili sauce. Just send it, and it failed. So thanks for that.
Brad's so funny. He said it's basically a stress test for Chris.
Yeah, so basically, let me reach here. See, I'll just randomly grab a book. See what we grab here. I just randomly grabbed First Bishop. First Full Bishop and First Game Master. That just randomly reached in the box and pulled that out. That's something in here that we give away.
I don't think I've ever seen that one before.
Let's see. Let's pull another one out. What do we get here? Here's a First Full Rabble and a nice modern book.
That's a sweet cover.
If I say something, can you pull it out?
If you what?
If I give you a comic, can you pull it out of the box?
Oh no, I was just randomly reaching and pulling something out.
You have to control.
I was just showing you.
How about Spider-Man #2?
You have to control his.
Pulling out. Let me
That's
see.
the way it works.
I was just basically showing you an example of some of the stuff that's in there. Until there are Platinum Age books in the pull box, it hasn't reached its full potential. That's fair, Mark. But I only have 1 Platinum Age book in my collection, and I keep it only because it is a Platinum Age book. I really don't. It's not that great of a book. Matter of fact, the kid who owned it at one time really loved that book. He wanted to make sure everyone knew it was his book, because his name is stamped on that book 13 times. It's a very early issue of Famous Funnies from 1937.
Wow.
That almost makes it cooler, you know, when you have someone stamp their name on it, you know?
Almost. If it was once or twice.
It's been tampered with. It's like finding, you know, ancient
13 times
hieroglyphics or
is
something.
like a little bit like, all right, I got it, kid. It's your book.
You stamp every page. Go on.
No, it's like on the cover. It's like multiple stamps on the cover. It's like, what are you doing? Why?
What do you got going on, Bo?
Next Friday, it's probably going to be too early for you guys, but I'm hoping it's not, and you decide to come on because we're going to do a live show. We Aussieverse doesn't do the live community hangouts anymore. Well, we never really did. I don't have the confidence in creating that show and having that thinking there's going to be enough people to join. So we do them very, very rarely, and we haven't done one in a long time. So next Friday we're doing one, and anybody is welcome, and it's going to be all about horror. So
Probably
horror movies,
be
horror
another one of
comics,
those ones that's like 2 o'clock in the morning my time.
Yeah, I think you can
You'll
manage
be
it.
up, Rob.
I think you can manage it for once, Rob. For me, come on, you still haven't been on Aussieverse.
I know. One of these days I got to. It's just
Next Friday.
It's always like right as I forget which day of the week it is.
Well, it's going to be today, but what is it now? 11:16. So 10, 9, 8.
Well, see that
so
makes
3
it
or
How many
4
hours
hours.
away?
3 or 4 hours ago.
right, which makes it rough because if I'm waking up at, it's 5 in the morning right now. It's 5 o'clock in the morning for me right now.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Me too.
Yeah, this show starts at 4:30 in the morning my time.
Oh god.
So staying up then until 2 in the morning is a little
Why
rough
does Mark hate you?
at my age.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't
Why
get
does
enough
Mark
of
hate
nap
you?
because I'm from California. Yeah, because I haven't moved to
Sometimes
Georgia.
Rob gets on in the morning and he's
It's
just
really the
there.
only reason. The only reason Mark hates me is because I'm not in Georgia. That's it. It's the only reason.
Hang on. So it would be 1 o'clock in the morning for you guys if I did it at 7, which means it's really not that early. It's just a little bit late. So you could stay up and be on Aussieverse next week. Is my logic making sense?
Almost.
I'd have to get up early. I go to bed really early. Yeah.
But
There's no way I could stay
so
up.
I don't know. It's a one of these things I'm going to have to plan to nap for. And this weekend would not be the weekend because I have to get. Today is I need to get all the rest of these packages labeled because I want to get them to the post office tomorrow. And tomorrow in the morning I already have a Sons of the American Revolution meeting that I'm attending, and then I should rush home from that to do only slabs. So I don't have a lot of window to get to the post office before they close on Saturday because they have shorter day hours on Saturday. So
all I'm hearing
you
is
during your Sons of American Revolution.
What's that, madam?
Sorry. I'm so sorry. What do you do during your Sons of American Revolution meeting?
I sit there and represent the young people at 50 years of age because that group is a lot of old people. It's a lot of the stuff is usually there's a focus on some element of American history. There's a presentation, stuff on that, as well as there's information on various upcoming events. We're talking about various club business or society business that's going on, whether we're attending certain events that are requested for color guard members to show up in the Revolutionary War uniforms and stuff. And I administer like the Eagle Scout recognition program and award, so I have an officer's report to present on what information we have. So it's a mixture of our business meeting and entertainment meeting, but the entertainment is usually either a guest speaker or a presentation on some piece of American history.
Okay. When you guys dress up like the American Revolution, do you guys have guns?
So some of
That
the
are
members of
that
some
are
of the member color guards have fake muskets that are used as part of their uniforms. Yes.
couldn't you use real antique muskets or whatever from the Revolutionary? Wouldn't that be desirable for them to have?
Sure, some of them
And
probably
just not
do,
local?
but care depending upon rules and where you're at, it still falls in the firearm and open carry rules
Oh,
may not apply, especially like in the city of San Jose. There isn't open carry.
okay.
So this is California after all, um, and not the rural parts of California. This is the heart of big cities that you don't open carry, whether it's an antique musket or a AR-15. Either way,
Yeah.
they don't like it. So
You're not in Arizona, that's for sure.
yes, so yes,
Well,
nobody's afraid of a mass shooting when somebody's carrying even if the whole battalion is carrying muskets. People aren't afraid of a mass shooting because you only got a 30% chance of hitting anybody anyways.
You gotta stop and reload.
Follow is 60 seconds. Maybe if you're really regimented, you might be able to get 3 shots off a minute. So that was the heyday of proper militaristic style with those muskets was 3 shots per minute
Wow.
as a rate of fire that you can't deal with bow.
I'm laughing still like for a while.
I inherited
I'd
a
leave to
black
comment.
powder gun, and I'm just sitting there thinking, like,
That's
what
what
do
they
I
are.
do with this? Like,
But if for the most part, I actually don't have the uniform. I'm not part of their color guard, so I don't actually. If I show up to like Veterans Day parade with them, I'm just in the back behind.
God, you should dress up. You'd make a great revolutionary guy. Just with your
Someday I
beard
probably
and
someday I
goatee.
probably will, but that built those outfits are everybody goes pretty authentic on them, and it
Yeah.
can be very pricey. And I don't have sewing skills, so it means I have to pay for somebody to do it stuff for
Does your
me.
wife not sew?
No, she does not.
Okay. None of your children sew?
No.
You managed to get by this long.
Yeah, but because my mom used to do all my sewing for me, but
Oh.
she now lives in Southern California. It's a long way to go.
I think you make a great like general though, or something out in the field with your beard and everything.
Yeah.
Don't you think you can see yourself out there like directing?
I could see him dressed up as the Monopoly guy.
It's one of those things that like as I get older and I'm like as I maybe retire and I'm looking for things to fill time, I think it'd be cool.
Okay.
Right now, I got too many other things filling my time, which is why even though these guys, it's funny because they go to these meetings, they're all like 70, 80 years old, and they see me, young, and I'm one of very few that are, 50 or younger, and they go like, so they go like, oh, you should take over as like a leader of the president of the club or something, and they're like, no, I don't have the time to do this stuff. That's the thing.
Yeah.
In
retirement, maybe
these hereditary societies, they typically have a lot of older folks because they have the time to do so. Genealogy in itself is an older person's hobby because you have time to sit there and spend time doing this research and stuff. So, but why you got to bring up shooting and get a stream hit? Oh, sorry. No.
Can you go back to his other comment earlier? Because I found that hilarious.
You need to get a Rob stamp, but yeah, that kid, yeah. Exactly. Well,
That was a great call.
That's the and they have breakfast.
Wow.
Well, only thing that sucks is now for a while we were meeting over at Denny's, and so I was able to use my AARP card to get my discounted breakfast. But this month we're meeting somewhere else, so no discounted breakfast for me now.
No senior citizen discount? Are you sure?
No, exactly.
Is breakfast
if you hunch over a little, Rob, and just shuffle a little bit, I bet you can get away with it.
I'm sorry, Bo. What was that?
Is breakfast a solid food, or is it just like oatmeal?
Oh, of course it is. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, sir. Or so they would lead you to believe.
Okay.
The breakfast industry. Yeah. No, usually for me it's usually eggs and bacon and eggs.
Rob still has all his teeth, so he can't think him.
You get a discount at your age. I do at Denny's because of you only have to be 50 to be an AARP member, and AARP members get 15% discount at Denny's. So yeah,
Shit.
it pays for the membership on its own. Hey,
Nothing wrong with getting a discount. Lord knows, I was taught well to say
it pays for the tip,
Yeah, I was taught well
or
to say
most of
these
it.
words.
Oh, it's a good portion of it.
Do you have a military discount?
That's right.
Yeah, and they get extra big tip.
That's right. But Bo, I do dig your jumper.
Thank you. If it was up to me, I'd never take it off.
Can you stand up a little bit and show it?
Really?
Yes, really. And inside, this is
Spider-Man?
inside. This is my skin.
Oh, Spider-Man. That's nice.
Uh,
Ben
I
Riley,
hate to correct
Spider-Man, Scarlet Spider.
I'd hate to correct you, madam, because I have a lot of respect for you.
It's not. Well, you know, my knowledge of comics is not extensive.
This is the Spider-Man that is better than Spider-Man.
Oh,
That's right,
do
Rob.
tell.
It's
Do
the Scarlet
educate.
Spider. It's close.
Scarlet Spider.
Scarlet Spider.
Ooh. Never heard of Scarlet Spider. What is Scarlet Spider?
Oh, madam, you and I need to have
He's so much better. She's never heard of him.
Oh, do I have the power to boot Rob out? Damn it. Madam, you and I need to have a long discussion about Scarlet freaking Spider.
Okay.
Let me tell you something, sister.
Here's all you need to know. He's a second-rate Peter Parker. Literally, he's a clone of Peter Parker.
Huh. Uh-oh. Oh no.
Now he doesn't know who he is.
Now
he is.
Touchy
Now he,
situation.
so now he is Chasm.
I see what you did there.
Although I do like I'm still hoping, I'm holding out hope that someday they figure out they can do something really good with him as Chasm.
No, I don't think it's going to last. I think he's going to go back to Ben Reilly, Scarlet Spider, and then he'll fade away again. That's not what I want, but that's what I reckon will happen.
But the thing is, you got Venom's no longer a bad guy. Green Goblin is dead again. Whatever, not the individual, but the entity.
Green Goblin's
right?
always dead again.
Well, but now it's the entity. Green Goblin entity is dead. Whatever. So he could use a really good arch nemesis. And who better?
Rob, no.
Who
Scarlet's
better?
Not a baddie.
No, he's not Scarlet Spider. He's Chasm. Who better than somebody who is essentially the same powers, but doesn't, and shares some connections and knowledge, but doesn't know it all. He just doesn't know who he is. He's trying to find himself, and that's what his motivation for constantly going after him is to try to get his memories and stuff. I think it's great.
You know what I hate about everything that's coming out of your mouth right now?
That it makes sense.
That it makes sense, and I don't want to admit that if I didn't have a passion for him, I would be agreeing with you and going, yes, that's right. But I want Ben Reilly.
Yeah.
I want the Scarlet Spider.
Yeah, no, I think that it's great. Unfortunately, it hasn't been thus far, and instead, at least Hallows Eve has been somewhat interesting. Or
Hallows Eve has been, but
it's a very interesting power set. The power set is very unique and new, and that's what I think is the most interesting bit of it.
Yeah, she was recently in the Blood Hunters as well.
Mike prefers him as Chasm as well. See, there you go.
It is a cool costume.
Like I said, it has tons of potential. Problem is Spider-Man writers.
Well, have you, because I haven't, I wait until it's on Marvel Unlimited, but have you read any of the recent mini with him and Kane, Scarlet Spider?
I have not, because I can't stand Kane. So,
what's wrong with you, Rob?
Why? Why can't you stand him?
The clones hurt me as a child. Come on, you know this, Bo. It's difficult for me to admit that I like Ben Reilly, but yeah.
You know, the funniest thing is when I was reading that as it was coming out, and there was the whole mystery about who is Kane. Madam, Kane is the
Another
first attempt at a Spider-Man clone, where Ben Reilly is the perfected version, right? In the comics, you didn't know who Kane was, and he was around for about a year or so with a mask, right? And then they did the reveal, and it was Peter Parker. You know how disappointed I was as a kid, because I was expecting some big grand villain, and it just seemed lame at the time. Another clone? What?
It still does, doesn't it?
No.
Yeah, it does. Your first instinct was the correct instinct. It's okay. Good morning, Mr. Wells. Thank you for your response. I'll get your package out to you, sir. Enjoy your upcoming con. Of course, he's been working on quite the run of Nintendo video game comics. He's almost done. So I'm hoping to get him on Only Slabs one day. Come show off those beautiful video game comics. Just saying. Does Rob have a creepy twin uncle? Oh, do I have creepy twin uncles? No twins in my family whatsoever. But
triplets.
My brother's my dad's two brothers. For a while, they both did sort of look alike, and it was weird.
I thought that was going in a different direction.
No, it was fun. I remember when I was a kid. We call them Uncle Weird Beards. They both had really weird beards, and we called them Uncle Weird Beard. Kids come up with weird names for people. I don't know.
I think you were influenced by them, and then you grew your own goatee.
Yeah, it would explain my hatred of clones. Or there was bad story writing. That would explain my hatred of clones.
I think Spider-Man today is
phenomenal.
Worse.
Well, maybe that storyline was a test run. I don't know, for mediocrity and patheticness.
This whole Green Goblin evil spear thing, it's so dumb.
Well, that's done with. The Tombstones arc has been not awful.
Yeah, that's actually true. You are right there. But yeah, I'm just not digging it, mate.
But then I've always liked Tombstone and Hammerhead. Some of these more, a little bit, like you don't really understand why they're powerful.
Especially Hammerhead.
Yeah, why is it your head's indestructible or whatever? But whatever, okay. Lonnie, what's your deal? How are you this weird stone skin guy or with sharp teeth? I mean, I get you filed your teeth down, but why are you this way? I don't know. I've never really paid attention to an origin story of how he got to be more than an average man.
Oh, I remember. It was some chemical accident. He was of course,
that would make sense.
Everything's
a chemical accident. It's either chemicals or radiation.
Something happens in the lab.
I didn't realize he was an African American when I was young. Because he's all white, right? And then when I found that out, I found that so fascinating. But what I liked about Tombstone in the original
whitewashing.
The thing that I thought was a cool little gimmick with Tombstone back in the day that I don't think they do anymore is that he always used to whisper. He never used to talk.
He's a little more right now.
His font was always in the whispering in the old days. Like he was always just talking like this all the time, on Tombstone and
I got that from Clint Eastwood. I think Clint Eastwood did that the best. He started the scary whisper, And you talk real low, and you just try, but you're saying scary stuff,
Draws you in as, what is he saying?
Yeah, I can't hear.
Yeah, Taylor's got it right.
That is more or less why I've said, Spider-Man's not been good since Volume 1.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I don't think I've really enjoyed Spider-Man since One More Day. Obviously, there's been parts that I
Yeah,
have.
periodically there's something and you go, okay, this arc hasn't been bad, but
Yeah.
overall, you just go like, oh. And now it's like you just know you're in for more of the same because there's a directive. It's been released that there's a directive from Marvel for the next couple of years that writers are not allowed to put MJ and Peter, have them remarry. You can potentially have them, according to like one of the articles, or they could potentially be able to kind of like go on a date or something, but you're not allowed to have them get back together and get married and stuff. That's just it's not allowed.
There's not much that I get truly upset about in comics anymore, because the older you get, the less things affect you in that regard, right? But when they mess up Spider-Man and Mary Jane's relationship, that really upsets me. And at the start of the run, when they were getting back together, I'm like, oh my God, it's been so many years. Thank you. They're finally back. And then when they did that thing with her now with that other guy, oh my God.
With Paul. Yeah. All of a sudden, well, it was like really weird.
She likes a different guy?
No, she's actually married to this guy, or she was trapped in a different dimension where time passed much faster than time where Peter was. And so by the time that Peter got back to save her, like 14 years had passed or something, that she'd been with this guy. And
you're not saying it dramatically enough, Rob.
Kids and so suddenly she just showed we jumped from the end of the last the last volume to the beginning of this volume kicked off with just all of a sudden she had these kids and she was with somebody else, and we had no idea how that happened, and you had to wait out multiple issues before they told that backstory of how she was now with and had kids or whatever with this guy that weren't really their kids, but we find out later. But anyways, it was just a mess. And the problem was, like, at the beginning of the volume 5, they had done this whole thing of, oh, they're getting back together, making it look like they're getting back together, and that really petered. It really kind of really went off the rails, like when they launched the Amazing Mary Jane limited series, where she went off, and after that, that was like the end of them as a couple again. It was like they went their separate ways for a moment. She got confident and did something, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, okay, now we're gonna forget about it. And it's like, why do that?
Madam, imagine seeing your favorite couple in comics get back together again. And it makes you believe in life again, makes you believe in love again, makes you get up in the morning and go, yes, this is what I'm reading comics for. And then one day, all of a sudden, Mary Jane gets trapped in another dimension. And Peter's like, I need to save her. I need to do everything I can to save her. He needs to save her so much that he breaks into the Avengers mansion or the Fantastic Four mansion. I can't remember which one. Steals stuff from the Fantastic Four without asking. The Fantastic Four are angry and chasing him down, and they're like, what are you doing, Spider-Man? We know you're not a bad guy, but why did you just steal this? And he's like, I don't have time to answer your questions. I've got to save Mary Jane.
Captain America confronts him. And again, he punches Captain America basically out. I don't have time for this.
Right? The passion that he needs to save Mary Jane. And then he finally gets there. It's only been a day or two, and he finally gets Mary Jane back. And she says, oh, it's been 4 or 5 years for me. And in that 4 or 5 years, I met another dude. Fuck you.
And we adopted these kids.
Wow. Was this for Mary Jane, or was this for the other dude?
That's for the writers. That's what it was, for the fucking story writer.
Like, who are we mad at here?
And then they try to even the boat a little bit by many, many issues later. Spider-Man's having a conversation with Black Cat, and Black Cat asks about his feelings towards Mary Jane now. And what does he say? Oh, I'm
She's
not
like a
in love
sister.
with her anymore.
Yeah.
I think of her more like a sister. Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so then they try to relaunch him and Black Cat together, and that doesn't work out, of course. And then they go off and give Mary Jane fucking superpowers. It's like
Time for her to become a superhero.
she was before, just by being the emotional rock that allowed Peter to be a stable fucking person.
It's
And
the dumbest powers. It is the dumbest powers.
yeah, she doesn't even know what her power is going to be. Her name is Jackpot, and she's basically got a roulette wheel that fucking just comes up and it's random powers, and she doesn't know what her powers are going to be.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, he's managed to take time from tallying votes. Mr. Brian LCS. He said, "Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man. Let's talk Spider-Man."
Was that what we were talking about? Pretty good.
We're talking about Spider-Man on this DC show. We like to bring some fair and balanced points of view to the Legion verse. So there we go.
Yeah, you got to try to get it.
Hello to everyone except for Bo. So apparently, Whack Comics says you're not allowed to get a hello.
He's very angry at me recently because everything I want to say back to that I think is too harsh. So we'll just leave it there. I'm trying to come up with some banter, but everything I don't know if it's safe for TV.
Wow. Did you guys have a lover spat?
Me and his mother did.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Is she spat in your face or? Let's see. We got replace Brian LCS. Why
would we replace Brian?
He wants to. They want to kick. Whack wants to kick me off the awards show.
Why, Whack? Why?
It's been a thing for a little while.
Yeah, haven't you seen every time he does the 10 Whack questions? Who'd do a better show than Brian LCS? Which is funny because when he actually asked. Which is funny because when he actually asked me that question last November, I didn't even know who Brian was.
That's fair.
So I had to come up with an answer and be like, this guy.
I love roulette.
So is Mark without internet?
He tried logging in and was just getting, not good connection. So he wasn't able to connect. So. We talked about Absolute Batman yet. I think it's exceptional. Well, we're one book into it, and it's interesting. I have hopes for it, but it's just first issue, so we have to string together a couple issues there to determine if it's really exceptional or not.
I want to read.
I think I missed the last page. There was a reveal on the last page, wasn't there? I don't think
there's something of a Joker. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I read it, and then it was. So it's the same cast of characters, but just kind of in a different.
Well, yeah, I mean, we got Alfred as some agent, secret agent, whatever there is trying to do stuff, and you got some, Bruce Wayne's there, but he's got different, both his
different background, right? Yeah,
different way family members die or whatever,
Right.
And he's not a billionaire playboy. He's a. I kind of like the notion that he's like he's been like this working all these different jobs within the government, and that's why he knows all these things or has these insights into all the different undergrounds and all this different stuff within Gotham, because he's gone and worked in all these different segments with the intent to glean and absorb that information about that. The easiest way to learn about some of those inner workings is to be there, right? So I like that element of stuff, and so it's very like I said, I'm excited for it. I've enjoyed the first issue. I'm excited to see where they go with it, and hope that it is as exciting and captures my imagination in very much the same way that Ultimate Spider-Man has. But Ultimate Spider-Man, I mean, that's like, when you think about it, here we are 10 issues in, and you really still haven't even faced any significant adversaries.
Right.
Yeah.
And yet you're so captivated by what's going on in those world building that they're doing, that it's like, it's just such great storytelling in order to do that, because usually at this point into a comic book series, if you haven't introduced some kind of big bad yet in your arc, other than I guess they sort of have Kingpin, as we know, is there,
right, and different power set too. It's something different about him, right?
Yeah, but
Kingpin with tattoos.
And the last issue too was there was, I think, issue 4 was basically all story, all dialogue, no real action. And this was the same this past issue 10, but still was a great read. And there was no, there was no fights, there was no action really.
Let's see. It says Wax says, I read the trade paperback for Batman and Robin because I haven't read a Batman and Robin title since New 52. I haven't read Batman in years, and I forgot that Alfred is dead now. I remember why. I don't read Batman now. Okay.
So when they release, sorry, you go, mate.
No, go ahead.
When they release the absolute editions, or which they will one day, of like Absolute Batman, what are they going to call it?
The absolutes? I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. Maybe A squared.
The absolute Batman.
Omni Batman.
Absolute squared.
absolute Batman
squared.
Yes, Legion says, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? That's something that they can deal with when that happens. But
well, that's something that us collected edition freaks want to know.
I want to know what you're thinking.
Taylor Winder, are you still in here? Are you still in the chat?
Let's see, but I mean, I was saying that trade paperback for Batman and Robin. I'm not sure if you're actually talking about the Batman and Robin series, or if you're talking about just Batman, what Robin happens to be. I have enjoyed the Batman and Robin series that they have going on right now. I like that. I like when they do the Batman and Robin, the way that they focus on the interplay between the two. And I like right now where they've built Damian and Batman's relationship as father and son, that it's in a much better place, it seems now. And there's a little bit more respect back and forth between each other, even if Robin's still at times, Damian still at times is a bit of a, all I want to do is fight, and doesn't have the patience for some of the non-fighting elements that go on with stuff, as in the most recent issue, one of the more recent issues. But I enjoy, they're just fun reads. I find some of the interplay. That's why I was like, this week I picked up the Batman and Robin year 1, because I want to see if that has some of that same fun just read. That's all I expect out of it. I don't expect it to be like any kind of spec book or anything like that. I'm not buying it for that. I'm buying it just to read it, because God damn it, that's what we do with comic books. We read them. I've been told, not just collect them all. Man,
yeah, I think we need to add that slash, right? Collectors/readers, right? Because most of us do read.
I read a good chunk of what I buy.
Speak for yourself, Brian.
Okay, FOMO girl.
Taylor Winder. Okay, Taylor Winder, are you watching? Because he made a comment about how I found a long sleeve shirt. He didn't know I owned one.
Yeah, I'm here. He's making breakfast and working.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I'm going to show you what I was going to wear. Okay, which was this. My normal top. So there, Taylor Winder. You feel better now?
Good to bring a little skin to the show, because the viewers. Oh, look at that! The viewers just jumped up by 30%. Way to go!
Oh yeah.
Watch they're going to tank now. Actually, we did. We just lost 2 just by you teasing that. Taylor says, "You're welcome." Hey, sometimes you got to know what people give the people what they want, and you got a lot of guys, and they've got one-track minds. What do you got?
I don't think the audience would have had the same reaction if any the guys on the panel would have taken their shirts off.
I take my shirt off. No, it would have been a very.
Let's find out.
I would have had a reaction.
I was no. Nobody would have an reaction. Well, actually, everyone would have an adverse reaction if I do it. I was talking about the new Batman Robin ongoing series. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, that's what the new ongoing series I've been reading. I've been enjoying that series as a read. I really have been enjoying that Batman and Robin run. So try it. You will see. People vomit all over me. Oh, look at this. My company stock is down 7% today. Hooray. I'm losing more money.
Marvel shirt off.
Ouch.
What up?
The Marvel shirt doesn't belong on the DC stream.
So is that the Joshua Williams run as a new Batman Robin year? Yeah, the Batman Robin year 1 is different. I picked that one up today, or I picked that one up this week. I plan on reading that, but we're talking about the regular ongoing run that's now like on issue 13 or 14, where they were dealing with Bane and Vengeance, and Damian got all pumped up with Venom. Yeah. On an island with dinosaurs. Yep, because that's what makes comic books a reality. Is Gotham wasn't good enough. Let's take them to an island with fucking dinosaurs. But hey, it's still a good read. I don't care. I had fun with it. I like the dynamic between them. I like the father. I like that father-son thing going on. It's great. Yeah. Oh, they had to take the Marvel shirt off. They wanted to see Brian get naked.
Yeah, that's nobody wants to see that.
I think you could do your own like Brian LCS dancing segment for.
I mean, I have danced in a robe before, so
that panda robe. I mean, was epic.
You just think it'd be a great super chat for for a segment of the audience. It's very okay. Nothing great, not bad either. I'm not a fan of the art. Yeah, I don't really care about the art. I've been enjoying the story. So, and the interplay between Damian and Bruce, that's what I've been enjoying. So,
did you pick up the Batman Full Moon?
No, I skipped that one.
I haven't read it yet. I've heard mixed things. So, and I heard the art is a little not so great.
Yeah, the problem for me has been that just like Spider-Man, there's just been Batman and Spider-Man in addition to their ongoing multiple titles, there's ongoing 2 to 3 limited series at any given time. There's just too much. I can't collect it all. It just even I have monetary limitations, and so I just wait. At this point, I just sit there and go, look, if something comes out and I hear that it's like really phenomenal, everyone's talking about it, I'll go get a collected edition maybe when it comes. But I'm not gonna. I just can't do it. I can't do them all, unfortunately. So
yeah, no, Batman. I mean, yeah, like you said, Batman and Spider-Man are just there's always.
Yeah, it's similar. I haven't been picking up any of these extra Spider-Man books. I've really kind of pulled back to just Amazing and Ultimate, and that's like it. And I've been picking up Spectacular Spider-Man. I guess I'm still picking up Miles and Gwen. So I guess that's still 4 fucking titles. Just like Batman, you're picking up Batman and Detective Comics and Absolute Batman.
Batman and Robin.
In Batman and Robin, right? So there's been 4 titles there, right? So everything else I've kind of go, I'll just kind of leave it. I can't, Thankfully, Star Wars stopped their stuff, so that's kind of saved me some money. As I'm not picking up all these. Even though they're running a lot of different limited series. I'm like, I have no interest in reading an Ewok series, and I have no interest in this. It's like, I'm just gonna read the Jakku series because that's actually filling in some of the gaps between Return of the Jedi and the Force Awakens.
Oh, is that the series that's out now? I think
yeah.
Jakku, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It takes place after Return of the Jedi. I haven't started reading it yet, but I know that's where it's at. So I'm like, okay, I'll pick that up and read that series because that's a time period that okay, fill in some blanks for me. I mean, I know there were some books that were done. My son read the books, and he had to explain like a couple things for me in Force Awakens because I hadn't read the books lead up to it, and that's my biggest problem with Star Wars is that it makes you do homework.
Right.
But Yeah.
No, but they're rebooting, right? Aren't they rebooting the Star Wars? They're going to come out new books again, right? Starting at issue 1.
Yeah.
Oh, a new series, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's what their plan was.
Yeah, they are.
But I don't know what timeline they're going to be visiting, because that's the thing is like they're talking about, because this last timeline was between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Or yeah. So it's like, okay, this is like, what are we doing?
I thought they said it was going to be after Jedi, so I guess continuing.
Well,
with that.
that's what the Jakku is doing.
Okay, but
So
that's is that an ongoing or limited?
I believe it's a limited series, so I don't know what the plans are beyond that. Yeah. So we'll see.
Okay.
Do you guys talk about
every Star Wars book is a spec book, right?
Well,
pretty much, because they introduce some new character.
Yeah, but I mean, again, like this point, I mean, I guess it may be a first character, but who, when's that character ever going to show up and do anything?
Right.
Yeah, even you don't find in Star Trek comics.
No, you don't find Star Trek comics, but no, I know they do make them. I'm just kidding. I know they do.
Just kidding.
But who buys them, really? I mean,
Trekkies.
Other than maybe the Alex Ross one that's out right now, the looks pretty cool. The cover for the Alex Ross one at the con. Does make you do homework or retroactively try to fix their endless fuck ups? Yeah, it's either or both sometimes. Yeah, it's like you have to do homework to know what happened. I just mentioned that I did see it. It looks good. I almost picked up a copy. Well, there's a delay between when the chats pop and the voice and what we say and everything else. So,
is that?
Yeah, well, and some of that is that because people didn't do Star Wars has to go back and fix stuff because of some of the bad writing, and some of it's also because now they're making new content to fill in the blanks that was sort of touched on or covered in some of the reading material, but people didn't read. It's whatever. It's still one giant mythos, and it's a modern day mythology. And like Spider-Man, I've anchored myself to it, and will continue to be a part of that fandom no matter what. Even if although I can at least admit that it's not the greatest thing in the world, at least not anymore. But hey, what is the greatest thing in the world, Brian? Go.
Voting for the CBC Awards.
Phenomenal. And how would
have until tomorrow to get your votes in?
That's right.
End of the day tomorrow, and then 2 weeks we'll have the big award show and reveal, November 2nd.
Yeah, your second votes and your third votes and all those things. Stuff your ballot box today.
Yes, some close races. I looked at I keep a tab on how things are going, and some close votes. Few votes separate in some categories first and second place, and based on the results as of right now, I think there's going to be some people surprised.
No.
Good. Give me a wink if I'll be surprised.
Your bot farm, your bot farmers have been shut down and blocked out, Bo. So you might be surprised by that. Brian now tracks by IP address, and it's that he's able to eliminate your 700,000 votes.
Yeah, and I got to go in and scrape the ballots, and the ones that say Bo's grandma. That I'll get rid of that entry.
To be fair, though, she does deserve a vote.
This is true.
Excuse me. Sorry, it's still early here.
Have you talked about the Penguin yet?
No, because I'm not watching it.
You're not watching it? Are you watching it, Ryan?
Am I watching what? I was reading Mark. I'm sorry?
The Penguin?
I watched the first 2 episops, but I think we're.
You haven't got to the good ones yet.
Yeah, I gotta. It's on my to-do list.
Okay. How about you, Bo? Have you watched it?
So Oh my god, it must be getting late for me. For some reason, when you mentioned that, I wasn't thinking of the TV show at all.
But
I thought there was some kind of news about a penguin that I was unaware of. And I didn't want to ask because I assumed I would work it out myself. But no, it's a TV show. Of course it is. This is a comic book show. No, I haven't seen it yet. I do plan to. Oh my god, that is. Why did I admit that?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Well,
yeah, Comics says Morning the Penguin is so good.
yeah, I hear a lot of great things,
so
and Mark's
good.
telling me that how I'm dropping the ball and everything else. And
You are dropping
know
the
what?
ball, Rob. You
Look.
gotta push through and get to like episode 3.
I will watch it just when I turn on HBO again, because I also need to get caught up on Kite Man.
Oh, Kite Man's funny.
Right. So I gotta check that out. But I've been I haven't even caught up on Agatha because I've been busy with C3 stuff. So I literally work 9-10 hours and then work another 4 to 6 hours doing stuff. There's so much shit that goes on after C3 to try to get this stuff out the door. It's crazy. And I don't, unfortunately, as I continue to get older, I'm finding standing up on the concrete in my garage, even with the pads I have now, is just getting a little fatiguing. So,
yeah, that was an impressive stack of books behind you in your IG video. There's a lot of packages.
And that second one, and I was like, when I did that second one, I was like, I think I got 7 or 8 messages that day of people asking me for updates on stuff on their shipments
really?
and stuff. And
Yeah,
I was like, don't bug me. Let me get the shit.
Are you sending a cargo container to Dr. Von Hoot?
Yeah, really.
Holy
Jesus
crap.
Christ, he has a lot of stuff. Yeah. Well,
I'm taking out a small loan to send him stuff.
And I got people are sending me stuff. Well,
yeah, no, I know. That's why I ask.
I mean, I tried to tell a couple people, like especially some of the guys on the East Coast, just ship it directly to DVH. Send me your receipt, whatever. I'll reimburse you or whatever. I don't want to, if that's the issue, because I sure as hell don't want to ship stuff from the East Coast to the West Coast. So that way I can ship it back east again,
right,
to England. That just seems silly. The stuff that's going to Australia, okay, fine, whatever. And Australia costs a lot more to ship. Even if I want to send just a Gemini mailer, it costs me twice as much to send it to Australia.
Yeah,
does go to England. I can send a Gemini mailer to England. It only costs like $23-25. Same thing is cost the same as if I ship it to Canada. So it's not that big of a deal. Australia is going to cost me closer to $35-40, for a Gemini.
Well, Mark sent me a hardcover that I'll probably get next year. It cost like $70 for me to ship it here. It was
depending on the weight and stuff, it definitely can be. Yeah. So, but you know what? It is what it is. So, yeah. Well, you know what? In the middle of his annual barbecue. Well, then, or you watch DJ post a video about barbecue cookouts and there's no barbecue in the video, and then when you ask him about it, he goes, "Well, food is secondary." What? How do you have a barbecue and the food be secondary? Come on.
I mean, you invite me to barbecue. I want to know what we're eating. I mean, come on.
I sent 3-pound box of comics to Australia for an AOK, and it cost nearly $75. Yeah, it's not cheap. It's definitely true. But it's all right.
Yeah, we have a lot of international finalists in the CBC Awards, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out.
Well, fortunately, those are a little bit lighter and smaller. And
yeah, that's true.
The problem is that some of these things, as you get like I'm shipping original art, It's like somebody said, people say, "Oh, just combine my stuff with this and all this person." Well,
The size
but
wise, yeah.
but I don't have I don't have a box that's that
Right.
big to combine everybody's stuff. I'm still going to be shipping multiple boxes, and to some folks, I'm shipping multiple boxes just to one person because you can't package art with all these other books or something else, right? They end up having to be separate. So it is what it is at the end of the day, and
I just sent out a couple of the prints, the C3 prints. I had the Austin LeMay and the Ignacio to a winner on my channel, and they won some books as well. And I sent them in 2 separate boxes because they were in the States, but because of the size difference, it just made sense to send them separately.
Yeah. The box I sent to Tyler's on 14 kilograms was only $170. He got stung for a lot more on a letterbox. Yeah, our shipping to Australia is a lot more, and it depends. It really depends upon the carrier too. So like I know shipping to Australia, I have found it's a lot cheaper for me to use UPS than it is to use the postal service. Although the commercial invoices are much more complicated on UPS than they are on the postal service. For most people, although you, Lee, were the exception. It was much cheaper for me to send a box to you through the mail than it was through UPS. It was really weird. Maybe that's why I'm the only person to actually send something directly to actually your home and not down the street. But the I don't know. Anyways, sometimes also it's the size of the box. So there's a thing called dimensional weight for people who aren't familiar with shipping. You could have a really light box, but if it's big, you get charged based on the dimensions of the box, how much space it. Yeah, how much. Well, dimensional weight is the combination of girth and girth is only round, but also you combine with your height. So how much cubic footage or how much cubic space it consumes can add to the weight. I used to try to explain to people all the time. I used to work for a company and made home subwoofers for your home, and the people would want to get replacement boxes. Oh, I'm moving. Can I get a box for this subwoofer? Like we keep boxes from subwoofers from 20 years ago. I don't know, but you sit down. I can sell you a box. You got to pay the shipping, and I don't think you understand how much it's going to cost to ship an empty box, because even if I fold it up, the dimensions are still such that it would cost like $100 to ship an empty box. And it's like, you're better off going down to Home Depot and just buying a moving box and stuff. But the exact same box he sent back the box.
Oh yeah, comics says girth. I know. Where's this
America.
conversation? I was gonna
America.
I've
been waiting all week to hear a conversation.
Well, it's been like 10 minutes since you took your shirt off, madam. So we had to.
Yeah. Hey, you know what sucks about, is it USPS? Because that's what Mark used to send me the book. I've tried to contact them to see where it is, right? And because Mark put the wrong address.
You know what?
And you
go ahead, finish your statement.
I'm just saying you can't complain to them if you're in Australia because you need an American address. You fill out this whole form, and then at the end of it, it says, "What's your address?" And I go to put it in, and then it says that's not an address. And then my whole form gets deleted, and I'm like, "Cool."
Yeah, United States Post Office customer service is a little lacking.
I will say that this was a really big issue this year. There's a lot of people trying to say, "Oh, just send my stuff here, send my stuff there." And that is without a doubt super hard to keep track of, because when you're reconciling shit based on who sold something or who bought something, there's no. Sometimes I got people who got AOK stuff that don't have addresses because they didn't submit stuff. So now I got to reach out to these people and find out their addresses and stuff, right? And and they go, "What? Who's somebody sending me something?" And let me tell you guys something. If you AOK'd something to somebody, I did not have time or to care at this point. to go and create notes saying, hey, this is an A-OK from so-much, or this was gifted to you by so-and-so. So they're going to get something and go, Rob, I don't know what the fuck this is. I didn't pay for it. It's on you if you A-OK'd something to somebody during C3 to let them know, oh, hey, something's coming for you from me, because I got no time to put extra.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice gesture that people did that, but yeah, that just complicates things for. I mean, because I know you guys are keeping a separate spreadsheet, right? You're marking it down. Somebody's writing it.
So like the craziest thing was like, so Doc had, how Doc came in and bought a bunch of stuff, right? And then he
said, give it to the second.
He said, give it to the second, have it do it. Well, that meant I had to sit there and go back and watch, because we didn't track that stuff, and that was something he dropped later on. So it means we had to go back and watch the video to find out who was the second highest bidder for all these things. To figure out who that was, so that way I could then send them to these individuals who may not know that they're getting anything. Brian LCS, because I think you're one of those people.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I think exactly. I think there was a trade paperback that's in your pile that you were like the second bidder on or something. I don't know. Yeah, I might be.
Yeah, I had no idea. Yeah, I didn't even. Yeah. And I saw Doc do that a few times, and he was bidding on a bunch of stuff, and then said, "Oh, give it to the second."
Yeah.
Wow. So Rob, expect me to DM you in a couple days and say why was this book in my pile?
Right. Exactly. Well, I expect that most people don't remember half of what they bought, anyways. I mean, I got my packages from DJ for the stuff I got from him, and I knew about the piece of art, and then like when I got the slab in this comic book, I vaguely remember the slab. After I saw it, I said, "Oh yeah, okay." I still have zero recollection of the comic book. It's cool. It's a nice Alex Ross book, but I don't remember it. But I'm sure I did. I'm sure DJ just didn't send me some random freebie. So, Doc was an all-star worth the extra work. Yeah. Doc, I honestly think that Doc was in the office visiting patients, and in between patients, he would check in and just start bidding up on a bunch of whatever was on screen at the time, and then move on. I mean, of everything that Doc bought, he's only getting like 2 slabs.
Yeah, he gave away a bunch of stuff. Yeah,
just about everything. The only thing that he's keeping was like a Spawn 1, because he said, I actually don't have one of all the slabs that man has.
Oh wow,
he didn't have a Spawn 1, so he kept that, and there was like one other slab in there that is still going to him. But everything else, he said, somebody can. Next person, put in X amount and they can have it, and everybody did for the most part. So, that was all good. Yeah, I was super happy. I mean, look, I didn't think we were gonna do it. You guys did phenomenal. The whole community did a great job, stepped up, and we got with where we're at right now with DJ's Whatnot, and with Nick and Fable still got their show to do, and if we get some of these matching grants from some of these from these employers, there's a good chance that we could hit the stretch goal of 60K.
Wow.
So
when is Nick and Fable doing their show?
I just saw them something mentioned about it the other day, that they're looking at the first weekend in December, I think.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll definitely have to help promote that.
Yeah, I gotta sync up with him right once I get done with the shipping. The next step is to get the pieces of art that I still have here that didn't sell up on Nerdcrawler, so that those can sell, and then I can sync up with Nick and Fable so we can get what's going on with that. Then that way that will then wrap up most of my effort until next year. Other than Mark, DJ, and I will continue to meet, and we have plans in works, because we're going to be at Heroes again this next year, and so it all starts all over again.
Yeah. No, not a lot of downtime for sure. I know. Well,
fortunately, it's different. With the nice thing about having the 3-headed monster, right, is everybody's got their different pieces of it. So it's like, this is my biggest part, is this stuff, because I'm the majority of the logistics end of it, not not the totality, but the majority of it.
Right.
And then DJ and does a major part with a lot of the lead up to Heroes, and Mark does a huge amount of transporting stuff and logistic stuff for Heroes. So yeah.
Is there anything? I mean, I know it's only just a couple weeks after, but the art book and some of the things that you guys did this year. Are you looking to carry some of those? What was successful that you're going to kind of carry over for next year?
We have not had our recap meeting yet.
Okay.
That's tentatively scheduled for sometime mid-November.
Gotcha. Okay, makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, anywho, Brian, you know what? We do. I don't know if you know. So obviously, you've been very friendly with Razor recently.
Yeah. He's been very happy with me.
Yeah. So
I saw you. I didn't see the video, but I heard somebody mentioned to me you jumped on. So I appreciate you jumping on and helping clarify.
Clarify things, and he softened stuff on that, because I told him, I said, look, I don't, whatever you guys have as an interpersonal thing is independent of that. Yeah, I really do. I mean, go ahead.
He's going to jump on. He's going to be on my show on. We're going to get together, Razor and I, Sunday morning.
Okay, cool.
Hopefully,
because he's also got his show on Sunday.
I can't make that Sunday afternoon. Right. And I explained to him. I said, "Look, we're 3-hour difference." So the other night, even I think he invited me on, but it's midnight East Coast time. Right. I'm in bed. I got to get up at 5 a.m. for work. So I can't make it.
Yeah, I will say that after we got past it, when I was talking to him the other night on it, he has a couple really good suggestions.
Okay,
that like he was talking. One thing was talking about like the sponsorships, so just making it, instead of making it based on an award, just making it like a tier sponsorship. That way, there's not, like, from a perception standpoint, there's not this perception of somebody's paying this award, because well, for the most part, most of us aren't nominated within the awards that we're sponsoring. There is a situation, like, for example, Mark's actually up for an award that he's the sponsor for and stuff. But from an optics, if you just had like, oh, here's a platinum level, gold level, silver level, and you're just a generic sponsor, you're not necessarily specific to an award. From an optics standpoint, that may help from an optics for somebody who's outside not knowing. The other thing that I thought was a good idea was, on your the spreadsheet that has the live streams. Yeah. Of just having a date of when it was last updated, and then maybe making a web form link below it that's like to submit, in order, it's like you're going to update it monthly or whatever your cadence will be for updating. And if you have an update to submit, here you click here and you can submit an update. Yeah, no, that's and then then you could periodically update it, because he's like, oh, I don't know what it is. So, dude, you just started your show. This was done probably 2 years ago. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the last time we updated that list was probably beginning of the year.
Yeah, just knowing that, just even having the last updated, it's like,
and
those are good suggestions. I said, you know what, make those suggestions in a constructive manner.
Right. Well, and that's part of my issue with Razor, is that he just. So I had invited him on to do a video for the CBC Awards, and we kept playing phone tag. And we kept missing each other because of the time difference and whatever. We were doing it through Instagram, messaging back and forth. And he sent me a voice message, and he was agitated. And so because we weren't connecting, and I just said, look, maybe this was a bad idea. Let's just call it off. And then that got him even more riled up, and then it went from there. And then I understand people don't like the awards. Some people don't like it. Some people do. Whatever. That's fine. But then there was a lot of just personal attacks on me without asking me. So hopefully we can squash everything on Sunday and be
because he's synced up. Yeah, because I guess he's synced up and he's cool with Izzy now. They've squashed whatever they had and stuff. Yeah. So I think
and we don't have anything. It's more on his side. I think
there's a portion of his. There's a part of it that show.
I'm going to cut my losses.
There's a good part of it that's partly, I think, is exaggerated for the show purpose.
Sure.
But
but when he's calling me names and telling me to go F off, You know,
Yeah,
it's like,
no.
well, why do we gotta, why do we gotta get personal?
But Brian, come on,
Have
you
you
and I
thought,
both
Brian?
know you're rolling in the dough on that $15 mug. You and I both know
Oh yeah,
that's a fat profit margin, and we sell at huge numbers of units. Oh my goodness!
And my
All
Instagram
5 of
account
them.
is a business account, so watch out.
Brian, have you thought about adding a category to the awards for people like Sticky Goose and Razor and stuff, and being the most controversial comic book member
What?
of
Yeah,
the
The
year?
most,
Why
the most
encourage that?
controversial.
Controversial.
The most controversial.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Causes
don't
the
think
most controversy within the.
I
Why would you
have-
got to award that?
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, we have
There's
a
the
number of
Razzies, there's
suggestions
like,
already.
We
We have a bunch of suggestions for next year already, but we're at 30 categories right now. So there's no way we can add more. We'd have to eliminate some categories.
Well, I'd like
I've
to
got
start by
one.
eliminating the facial hair and hair and hands.
That's the best
because-
category. Most people vote for that category.
I've got one suggestion, if I may, and I'm
Yeah.
sure you've heard it before, but I've got to ask it, Brian.
Sure.
The omnibus and the toy one being all across the board. How are channels meant to compete with near mint condition and gem mint?
Yeah, but that's the dilemma, right? If we break that out in tiers, that now adds
5 more, 4
nine.
more
You know,
awards.
that adds 4 more awards.
Then just
So
do it
I-
for
I
one
get
more
it. I
year,
get
and
the
I'll make sure
argument.
that we win. And then I'll just do it for one more year, then, and we'll make sure that I win when you separate it, and then put it back.
You
So
know,
then I can say I've won.
One of
Have
the
you thought about doing the Aussie Awards?
Jeez.
one of the
okay.
criteria I want to look at is, so when you vote, you don't have to vote for every category. You can just pick and choose, because if maybe you're not familiar with certain categories, and so looking at, we have over 3,000 votes in, but not everybody
What
voted for every
percentage?
category. So look at the categories that have the lowest results, and
Mhm.
maybe those are the ones we get rid of.
That's
That's
and you should
that's
add
fair.
like favorite cosplayer,
Yeah, there's plenty, right? As somebody mentioned, I think it was Razor mentioned best interviewer, right?
That's a good one.
that's
a
a,
good one.
yeah. That one actually
Yeah.
is a very good one.
I like that one.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
So I'd like to add that, but I don't want to add a 31st award, right? Because it just think of it just from my perspective, the managing of that,
Award?
but then also the ballot. It gets too much for people to. So I think 30 is really the max. So we're gonna have to look at what categories we can eliminate that, and maybe it's the toy one, the statue toy, because
I find cleaning and pressing to be terribly boring category.
yeah. But we were trying to also kind of represent all the different things that are done within the category.
True.
Within the community, I should say.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
yeah.
Favorite international channel.
Favorite Australian channel starting with an A.
I'm going to keep giving suggestions until it keeps suiting Aussieverse.
Yeah, we'll definitely be like every year there'll be some changes for next year for sure.
And Brian, I like to offer my services. I feel like you guys need like a golden, comic book girl cosplayer to come on and like hand people awards and stuff, and
Personally, I think
clam it
Madam
up a
needs
little
to.
bit.
Personally, I think Madam needs to host it with you.
All right. Well,
she could do a little banner, reveal the trophies. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she'd be great at it.
Do that. I could dress up for that.
The Wheel of Fortune girl at the
we'll have to get like the big curtain, and
Yeah.
you just have to have her one fake trophy so she can sit there and pretend each time that it's the same. It's a different one.
Or madam, what you can do is I'll send you one trophy and you can just change outfits between, and you can.
That's good. Yes, multiple wardrobe changes.
You can pre-record it all. Then you can have the clips set up.
Right. Yeah.
You get different cosplay for each award.
Yeah, I love it.
Have you done Mary Jane before, Madam?
No, I've never done Mary Jane. I never thought of her as being
There you
very sexy. So.
What?
Oh, I blew Rob's mind. Wow.
That's Rob's girl.
Oh my God.
What did you say?
She
How are
said
some of the J.
she's
Scott Campbell covers?
she's never thought of MJ as being particularly sexy.
Yeah.
All right, we'll have to show you some of the.
So what I'm hearing is that Madam does not like gingers.
Whoa.
That's not true.
That's what I'm hearing.
I have poison ivy.
Sounds pretty
like
anti-orange to
Sonia
me.
And Lucy. And I've done
And see, so you got half the gear right there to do an MJ.
That's right. Yeah.
I could just whip her up out of the closet if I had to.
So get some tattered jeans and a
I
Spider-Man
don't think
t-shirt.
I have a pair of jeans.
I feel bad actually every time I say tattered jeans, but I think about it every time I see some kid wearing jeans that are only half there. I want to console that child that some poor dog has attacked them and tore their jeans to shreds. I mean, sometimes it's like they got less material there than they have than not, and they have and they pay good money for that. I'm like, well, that was one thing I guess when we had Stonewash and there was some distressing, but now it's like just, oh yeah, missing half the material.
Well, girls' dresses now, they shock me at how short they are when girls are going to prom and stuff into their
yeah, you
whatever,
better wear
from
shorts.
my generation to their generation.
You better wear some shorts underneath there because
Totally. So what does MJ wear anyway besides jeans?
As
she
little
wears
as
all
possible.
kinds of clothes, but the most cosplayers will have her wearing a Spider-Man like baby doll type T-shirt and some jeans. So most often,
If you can get
do some googling.
If you get a white T-shirt with the spider love heart,
Yeah, that's the big.
Yeah. And jeans and a red wig, you're set.
Yeah, it is. Taylor says it is pretty. It's basic. It's a basic cosplay, right? It's not.
I've never seen really that cosplay.
Really, we just
or maybe it's so boring.
I've already seen some.
Use the magic of the internet to find out. Search yourself. Search your feelings.
I'll show you some MJ art that I've got that'll change your
watch
mind.
out.
There's a bunch out from.
See, thank you, Taylor. Taylor agrees with me. It's pretty boring.
But see, you have to make it exciting.
To be fair, though, you could have the same sort of thought process with someone like Harley Quinn. Like, it's a wig, it's a T-shirt, and a baseball bat. Yeah.
Well, Harley Quinn, I got the whole outfit. I got the black and white.
It depends on which outfit you want her to wear, classic or.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, if you're gonna base Mary Jane on that being boring, well, then isn't it kind of the same?
Maybe.
Harley Quinn has 2 different colors hair, 2 different color eye makeup. She's got all this makeup on her face. She's really fun to do, actually.
Okay, how about Mary Jane with 2 different colored makeups? Then that's fine. We can do.
I'm sure she's Mary Jane Two-Faced or something strange.
Mary Jane Quinn.
Mary Jane Quinn. Imagining what that would look like. Like Two-Face, but half Mary Jane, half Harley Quinn.
Mashups. Cosplay mashups.
Hello, Peter. Hello, Puddin'.
How'd you, Peter?
Oh, aggressively relaxing. This Halloween, I'm the X-Men's Beast, and my date is going as Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, I heard on the radio a really great costume for a couple. Peter, you know that little rhyme, Peter, pumpkin eater.
Yes, I remember both the original and the Andrew Dice Clay version.
Uh-oh. The guy dresses up with a T-shirt that says Peter Peter, and the girl dresses up as a pumpkin, and the guy has Cheeto dust all around his mouth.
Yeah, more like the Andrew Dice Clay version. Got it.
Peter Peter pumpkin eater. Hey.
Had a wife and loved to.
Oh, you reckon you want to go
pumpkin crunch? Jesus.
Just imagining getting the strings.
Things out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
At this point, so yeah.
You should be eating pumpkin seeds.
both at $1.25.
Anyways,
You have your call this morning, Rob? Your work
I
call?
do. I do. Matter of fact, I'm answering an email right now. That's why I'm suddenly distracted. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotta pay the bill.
Calling Romania again?
Well, this one's for somebody here in the States, but my meeting is my 7 a.m. meeting. My time is with Romania. It's
Romania.
Yeah.
I have a statue in Romania.
Yeah, half my team works out of Romania that manages the European side of our business, or supports our European business. So, because global company, fortunately, I don't have a lot of. Even though we have a footprint in ANZ, we don't have a lot of need of support for me because most of that's done through different group. So when
Are you saying I could work for you?
No, I'm saying you couldn't because I don't actually have it to support anybody in the ANZ.
So there's a chance.
Maybe someday, who knows? Might be the worst decision you ever made to come work for me.
It would be, yeah.
I'm best in small doses. That's what my wife says.
Make sure you have
So
your spreadsheet ready.
how did your YouTube career end, Omnibo? I started working for Rob's Fat Stacks. Broke the wall of friendship.
That's right.
I hear you paid a bag and board, so
I pay my kid. Yeah.
I know. I remember you saying that. You're hustling that business
Right,
out.
It's funny is actually my Romanian team keeps trying to get me to say, just like I got Mark trying to get me to retire and move to Georgia. I got my Romania team that's trying to convince me I should retire and move to Romania because how much I could, how well off I would be there. And the lady who's my manager for my team over there, she goes, yeah, and I'll retire too, and I'll just come work for you managing your household for you. Well, I'm like, I love that you think that highly of me that you would come work for me personally. But at the same time, I'm not know that I need somebody to run my household for me. But yeah, whatever. Who knows?
Well, somebody's got a bag and board.
Yeah, that's
Right. Shiny side backwards.
Oh, Rob.
Yes.
I can't send you a freaking Instagram reel, can I? I'm going to a place on Sunday. That is a brand new restaurant opened up in my suburb. They've got a couple of them, but they've never been close to me. And they have these giant, gorgeous ribs, which I'm not used to seeing here in Australia. Anyway, for the opening week, from 5 p.m., you pay like $60 or whatever, and you get like an hour and a half of just all you can eat. And I'm going Sunday. And I'm so pumped.
Starve yourself?
Yeah. Are you pre-stretching your stomach and then letting it empty out so you can be prepared to wear
I'm thinking I might come with a lot of padding, so I look like I'm a huge guy, and then I can just like and walk out.
Make sure you put stretchy pants. No,
Stretchy pants, yeah.
no
Lots of
leather.
Ziplocs under there. Then.
No leather belt with big buckles. You don't want that. That's
Right.
rookie. That's rookie stuff.
Elastic. You need some elastic pants.
You should really be eating a lot of really big meals to prepare your stomach, I think. And then, so when you go in there, you can really get your most for your money, you know?
I've only got 2 days.
You only got 2 days?
2 days.
You should be
Are
eating
you-
right
are
now
you
on
now?
air.
Oh yeah, no, I'm really excited to see it. Let's
Yeah.
see.
So, yeah, there you are. All right. People are asking me like really complex questions. That require me a thought if I was to answer emails. Why?
Did you explain to them that it's Friday?
Yeah. Don't you guys know I like to goof off?
Mondays for the complicated questions, not Friday.
Exactly. Well, they come in Friday morning. That way they can all take off in the afternoon. That's the thing is I'll usually be pretty busy until about 10 a.m. and then after that it'll be pretty slow again. Oh my goodness gracious!
How is the work ethic in Romania? How's it compared to States? Is it more relaxed or?
No, so
It is atrocious. That's Transylvania. Sorry.
the young folks that I have that work for me, if I want to hire more 20-something-year-olds, I would definitely hire them from over there. You remember, you think about the country, the generation, the millennials and the Gen Z, these are the first generations born outside of communism. The Gen X was still under communism initially, and the generations before that. So those older generations, they tend to be more reserved because they're like still waiting for like the hammer to drop, whereas the others they're like getting a chance to get out and do what they want to do, get out from their parents and what they're doing. And they're a lot of the ones that we're hiring are in Cluj. Cluj is like this tech center.
Okay.
So basically within Romania, there's Bucharest is the big tourist place down by the Black Sea and everything else that's classic type of European city. And then there's Cluj, which is this high tech center, and then the rest of it is a lot of rural stuff. So a lot of this youth, they get a chance to leave the rural farmlands and whatnot, and they go to Cluj to go study these tech jobs, and they get these tech jobs. Some of them with European companies, and a lot of them with these American companies. A lot of American companies that are hiring folks there, engineers and whatnot. And so you get they're super excited. They're making typically, even though they're inexpensive for us. I mean, they're not super inexpensive, but I can hire 1.5 Romanian for every person I hire here in the U.S. It's not like the Philippines where I can get like 2.5 compared to here, but and we do have a large center in Philippines too. But but you get typically good well-educated folks. They all speak multiple languages, and they they're making a good wage. They know they're making a good wage, and they have a good work ethic for the most part. I have no, they show up, they work, they're happy to, especially if you treat them with respect or everything else. And I know some departments over there who've had problems keeping their employees or have had issues, but I've had zero with my team. So, but I'm considered a good boss, I guess. I don't know.
That is not.
I used to live in the Philippines.
It's not what you heard, I know, but believe it or not, it's.
Yeah, I mean, Mark and DJ say, you're kind of a taskmaster. You're cracking a whip with them, but.
Yeah, but.
So that to the ANZ.
Exactly. A different thing for me. A different thing for EMEA.
For EMEA?
Definitely a big change.
Yeah. EMEA.
Definitely a big change from the Northeast to the Southeast as far as work. Just the pace and the urgency is it's been an adjustment for me.
It's
because,
gone, you mean? The pace of urgency is gone.
I mean, the Northeast was, the work environment's just stressful.
Yeah.
And down here, it's a lot more relaxed for sure. So it's definitely, I'm glad it's not stressful, but it's almost to a point where it's so slow where it's like, you need to check a pulse every once in a while to make sure.
Well, it's a different, like, just like, work is, you have these different things, like even here in the States, obviously the wardrobe where you were from, obviously, as New England area, it's like very much still, you go to work and you're dressed, smartly in this, maybe even depending on your sector, you're at least in a dress shirt and stuff, if not, full blown suit and stuff. Whereas for us out here, like in the West, jeans, a shirt and a blazer, that is dressed to the nines, for us for the most part. And a full blown suit, it's like, oh, did somebody die? Or are we meeting
married?
Or maybe there's a board meeting, that might be, that's about it, it's so, and then like, it's so bad that like lately, like the other day I was in the office and one of the sales guys came up and was talking about something, and then he came up and he approached me, "Hey Rob, how you doing?" And I looked at him, I said, "Did you fucking dress up for work?" But he was literally wearing like a pair of sneakers, some racquetball shorts, and a racquetball t-shirt or something, or a pickleball shirt, and like looked like he was. It's like a wiffle ball tennis.
Pickleball's taking over the world.
Yeah, it's like people can't play.
Brace yourself.
People can't play tennis, so they have a giant oversized ping pong paddle and use a wiffle ball. That's
I thought it was like you grab a pickle and.
No, I don't know why it's called
It's
pickleball.
A pickle tied to a stick.
Thank God we educated you today.
Yeah. Anyways, the he's just dressed like he's got off the racquetball court or something. I was like, oh, what the hell? Were you down in the gym? Because we do have a gym downstairs and forgot to bring your. No, he said no. I'm going to cut out early today. I'm going to go play some racquetball later on this afternoon. So you just come into the office? I mean, I don't know. There's just even for me, there's a lot of really dressed down folks in our West Coast. I think it actually finally got to the point so bad that I did see an email from HR come out the other day, addressed to all the managers talking about professionalism at work and what's appropriate or not to some degree. And so I go, oh, good. When HR has to chime in, obviously somebody's noticed that maybe the number of people wearing flip flops and
board
shorts, to the office is a little bit excessive. Although winter will help tap that down a little bit as
at least
drops
no one's
down.
come with pajama pants yet. Then.
Oh, you think so? One of the ladies comes in, and I swear she's wearing Crocs, slipper Crocs to the office, fur-lined Crocs.
I'm going to have to head off.
I tried the robe one day, but they wouldn't let me in. Now, it's usually business. New York is, I mean, depending on where you work, it was business casual for me where I worked, a couple different companies. So it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to head off soon.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, it's all right because we're going to be logging off here in like 18 minutes.
Bo's got to go eat. He's got to bulk up for those ribs.
I got to sleep.
Yeah, you really should start training.
Yeah, what time is it right now for you?
How much
It is 20 to 1.
Oh. So it's not even 1 o'clock in the morning is what I'm hearing.
That's right, which is when the show's going to be for next week that you're going to say that you can't stay awake for.
Right, but if it's 1 o'clock in the morning your time, then I have no problem for it.
Yeah, well, okay, it's a two-way street here, buddy.
Did you have a show at 7 a.m. this morning for you, or 4 a.m. in the morning for you?
I did, but it wasn't YouTube. That was my OnlyFans, but it still counts.
If anything, your performance was amazing.
Thank you very much. Small plug: Omnibo reads books naked.
I think Rob just sleeps in that chair. I think does that chair recline, Rob? You just fall back and that's
it does. Almost with the little pillow, it almost feels like it's a dentist chair. Especially with the ring light over here, I can pull it over.
Yeah.
What do you see back there, Doc?
Wax in Queensland, the only state in Australia that doesn't have daylight savings or manners or bathing materials. So I don't know what you're talking about, Lee, but just no one's interested in you, mate.
So, Bo, are you getting together with Simon and Simon for the video, CBC Awards video?
Dude, don't get me started. These guys are
These
like,
Australians. You give them a task and they can't do it.
Why do you think I sent you a video myself?
Yeah.
Because I knew it wasn't going to happen. I mean, I love them both. Don't get me wrong, but they couldn't organise a bonk in a brothel.
Simon's out at some toy shop and eating something somewhere right now, right? Simple Simon?
Probably. But, you know, and then I mentioned it to Whack by accident because I thought, you know, I didn't know how it works. And I'm like, are you going to help us make that video? And he's like, what video? And I'm like, the one with Brian. And he goes, Brian didn't ask me. And I'm like, and Wack's like, I guess I'll just be in the back kicking rocks then. And I'm like, yeah, I guess you will be.
Well, I'm still waiting for Lee to invite me back to 10 Whack questions. So when I get that invite, he'll get an invite for a video.
I'm still waiting for it. Wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so just send me some footage of you eating ribs then. That'll work.
It is true.
No, it's not true, actually.
Yeah, it is actually true.
I'll tell you what's true is Arizona doesn't even observe daylight savings time because we're special, and we think all you guys are crazy for doing it.
Because we're special?
Yes.
You know what? I agree with you. Matter of fact, California agrees with you so much that 3 years ago we voted to not follow daylight savings time. But even though our legislature thought we would not go for it, I guess, when they allowed us to vote for it. So they've chosen to ignore the people's vote and not enact the law because we still observe fucking daylight savings time.
And is it really needed anymore? Right?
I mean, it is apparent. You know, I get people say that, you know, if you don't do what bothers me is this concept that rather than get rid of it, the thing that's being looked at by the federal government is to switch to permanent daylight savings time. So why would we not just why would we choose to permanently be on daylight savings time and instead not just be permanently on standard time? I don't understand that.
Yeah.
But
yeah, standard time seems like the choice.
I mean, well, you know, it'll be too dark in the winter or something. You know what?
Who gives a shit?
You know what? It doesn't affect me because I don't live nearly as much because I don't live up in the fucking near Canadian border. Where there's bigger impact. The further north you are, the more impact the daylight shift has on your amount of sun you get, type of stuff. But anyways, Cowabunga, Legion. Sorry I'm late. Daylight savings time got to be. Well, you're in luck because it's about to end soon. Both the stream and daylight savings time, actually. As we wrap ours up, Bo, here at the first weekend in November. So when we do that, the times of all your favorite shows will again be back to, you know, like my Only Slabs will be back to being a 4:30 show instead of a 5:30 show.
When's that though?
It'll be after the first weekend in November. So the first weekend in November, the first November show I do, it'll still be 5:30 for you, but the following one it'll be back to 4:30.
Oh, I thought it was like sticking to 5:30 for like a few months now.
No, our daylight savings time ends here in the first weekend in November. Yeah.
Oh, okay. God, I can't keep up. All right.
That's good. I get an extra hour of sleep after the CBC Awards.
No. America, we just do our own thing. And then we drag Canada kicking and screaming with us.
What time are the CBC Awards on? I know it's the 2nd of November, but what time?
9 p.m. Eastern.
What the fuck time is that for me?
GMT -4.
9 p.m. So 9, 8. I'm guessing it's about
when does Mad Spidey do? What time is Mad Spidey's Outback for you?
10 a.m.
So it'll be 11 a.m.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty good time.
She starts at 8
See,
p.m.
Rob?
Eastern. So
See, Rob?
Yeah.
Brian's Australian considerate.
Uh-huh. You know where my viewership comes from?
All of this guy.
All of the world. You're right.
You have a big international following.
I do. You know, I actually, that was one of the things that people didn't like about when I was planning my giveaways, when I was doing my milestone giveaways, is I was scheduling them around trying to find the time where it worked well for both UK and for Australia. And people were people on the East Coast, Mark, were upset with the time I chose in my consideration for other people. But
So it's Mark's fault.
no, I did my own thing. I tried to plan it out, but Only Slabs had no consideration when I originally started the time. It had no consideration about everybody else. The only consideration was for me. When did I want to do the show, and when did I want to be done?
Man.
I wanted to be. I didn't want to have it too early in the morning. I want to have time to have breakfast and do any show prep and stuff, and then I wanted to be done, have the afternoon. If I was really smart, I wouldn't have done it on a Saturday. So because so many damn little comic shows and stuff around here happen on Saturdays that I miss out on because I'm doing the show instead of if I'd done it on a Sunday. But at the time, there was nobody doing a show in the middle of the day Saturday really, and it was a big open hole in the schedule, or there wasn't anybody that I was in my spheres of influence.
Right.
Let me rephrase that. Doing their shows at that time, so it was a big gap in the schedule that I thought would work out well. And it didn't, because it was Saturday. It didn't compete with NFL. It only competed with college football. So
that's good for your co-host,
right?
Is Chris going to be up for the Only Slabs this weekend?
No, Beckerman will be.
You got to guess. Okay.
Right. Well, Beckerman is the official understudy. He may have forgotten, but I reminded him this week. I sent him a message, said, "Hey, did this quote where I, stuff and said, hey, you're time to exercise your duties of office." And
well, Beckerman and Chris have similar backgrounds.
They're almost identical. It's hard to tell them apart, really. I think the only real difference is if you put them side by side is that Chris is slightly taller than Beckerman.
And who's the guest this Saturday?
Toxo Fight 13.
Is that an IG guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
First 12 was shit.
Yeah, the first 12 Toxo Fights. Yeah.
Yeah.
100% agree. But anywho. Yeah, so we're gonna be wrapping up here. 6:52 my time, because I have to go to do my work stuff. I have to go pretend like I've been here working the whole hour and stuff. So in the absence of Mark not being able to be here, Mark sends his apologies, loves and kisses, and how much he misses you all. I'm sure that's what he's thinking. I'm making that up. But
I told him, I'd drive down to Augusta and argue with him if he needed somebody to argue with.
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty of people around that he's happy to have arguments with, or spirited discussions. Spirited discussions, yes. Bo, before you run off and go to Nappy Land, would you like to promote anything for anybody or let them know about your stuff that's coming up?
I would like to say that Aussieverse is up to like.
That's awesome. I'm just teasing. Sorry. I'm sorry
for this, mate. That was so cool. That was so cool.
So rude, Rob.
I don't want to promote anything now.
He's just going to stare at his books.
Okay. Motherfucker. No, Aussieverse is so close to 1,000 subs. Do yourselves a favor, unsub to Whack Comics, sub to Aussieverse.
Are we unable to sub to both?
No, you can't. You're either a Whack fan or us. So, plus, we don't believe in human trafficking. Whack does.
Wow, that's a bold statement.
Yeah, it's about time I come clean about the way he does things in his life. And I'm sorry, Lee, I'm not keeping it a secret anymore. It's pretty shocking that what I learned about you recently. And I'm just not down for that. I'm sorry. Aussieverse for life.
You can traffic me all day, says Psychotron.
Wait, say can't again, Bo? Can't?
I think it's because you're with your accent to them, they're almost hearing you say cunt.
Oh, well then what if I say you can't cunt? Do you see the difference there?
Yeah, very clear. It's very clear to me, but I can see I know what they're hearing.
I'll tell you whose accents I do love. It's Comic Journey, because he sounds like everybody that I've ever watched in a movie. And madam, where are you from?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I'm from Wisconsin originally.
Okay.
It's Canadian.
I can
It's
bring
Canada.
out Wisconsin accent if you want.
It's Canada light.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, see,
don't you know now?
Yeah, it's Canada light.
Minnesota.
Because I think it's reminding me of like Fargo.
Yeah. They're also, North Dakota would also be Canada light. Brian.
CBC Awards.
Formerly of New York.
Yes. CBC Awards voting ends tomorrow. So get your votes in. Live show November 2nd, where we reveal the winners. And Sunday morning, we'll be doing a special 10 a.m. Ranting with Razor. We're going to sit down with Razor Comics and work out our issues. So we'll see how that goes.
Phenomenal.
Ask him why he hates Aussieverse, because I don't know why.
So yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Madam.
Yes.
How are you doing? Anything you'd like to promote?
Fine. I got nothing coming up really. So maybe Bleeker's Church, and I think Kyle. I'm gonna be on with Kyle wants to interview me. So
the promiscuous time traveler?
No.
No, different Kyle. Okay.
Kyle Fleshman.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna, and he thinks a Sunday is a good day for some reason, and so I might be doing that Sunday. I don't know.
Oh, phenomenal.
Will you have a long sleeve shirt on or a short sleeve shirt on?
I'll probably be dressed in some fashion, like I would be, covered as if I were going to the beach.
Okay, well then sounds like you need to come on Aussieverse as well, madam.
He's got to pick a day when Claudia's not around.
We'll work it. She'll be on the show too.
And Rob, what do you have coming up on your channel?
Only Slabs. Saturday, 11:30 a.m. Pacific, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll have somebody on. We'll talk comics, especially slabbed comics. We'll give away some comics. That's the gist of the whole show. Monday, mail call. I open comics. God, it's like we talk about comics, or I open comics and we talk about comics. It's all it is. Rinse and repeat.
All about the boxes over on Rob's channel.
It really is, and it's fun, but it's fine. I don't have a desire to be anything beyond sharing my passion for collecting, and then getting a chance to interview other collectors and dig into their collection.
And you got in on a Jack B mystery box too, right?
I did. So that'll when that eventually ships, that'll show up. I'm trying to cut back on some of the mystery boxes right now. I've actually tried to cut back on a few things right now lately, as I've got a bill coming up for a cruise ship, and my air conditioner had died, and there's still other things going on. But
I know I gotta start putting some money.
And remember, don't let anyone tell you how to collect, especially this guy right here, because he's just a man that with an opinion, and he's Wrong. Fuck, I forgot how it goes. Fuck it. I tried to get
You were close. You were close.
Yeah,
Well,
I wasn't going to call you fat.
I wouldn't use my. I wouldn't use.
Man
I
with
wouldn't
a
really
fat
use.
opinion.
I wouldn't really use my outro. It's not my show, but hey. Yeah. So guys, remember, we're Legion or something like that. Yeah. Love you all. See you later.